Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 111.
11111.
Too many ones. It's like
Okay, I'm sorry.
a
111.
thousand. Joining me, as always, Daniel. Never really.
What's up, Connor? What's up, gamers?
What's up, Daniel?
Not much. Not much. Um.
Let's see. I watched the first episode of the Halo show.
Oh yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't like the
That's
worst thing I
pretty
ever
much
saw.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
It's okay, and
It's,
it doesn't really follow Halo. And I
no,
don't
not
really...
at all. It doesn't follow. Well, it's interesting because it seems to set up the story, leading up to the events of Halo. So I don't know
Okay.
if they'll do that the whole time. It'd be cool if, like, in seasons we get like the actual stories from the game. Like maybe season 2 is like Reach or something. That'd be very cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, like they could do stuff
Okay.
like that. It seems like when they first make contact with the elites and all that, like when the elites first start going after
Come into
like that.
contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like they go after like the outer colonies of human civilization now. So and then the elites are attacking them, and then the Spartans come in. That's pretty much what the first episode was about.
Yeah. I honestly have no interest really.
No interest. It
And
was
the fact
cool.
that it's
The
on
action was
Paramount
cool.
Plus. If
You
it was
know
somewhere else, I'd give it a shot.
what really almost made me turn it off was how the Spartans look. I did not like it at all. The
Chief or the other ones?
Chief was fine. You
Chief
could
too.
tell they put
Okay.
more money in him, but him
Yeah.
too. Honestly, it came off very Power Rangery to me, and that really threw me off.
So I don't know how you feel about Power Rangers.
It- it's just it came off very like kid friendly
Okay.
type thing. Like
I love my Mighty Morphin
the
Power
Spartans and
Rangers.
the elites look very similar, right? And I was fine with it with the elites because it was like, okay, they look weird, they look pretty CGI and like part cosmetic as well. And I was like, okay, that looks fine because they're aliens, right? Like they're supposed to look weird and move weird
Sure.
and stuff like that. Sure.
They
But
have
then
weird mouths.
yeah, but then the Spartans came in and they're doing like these like weird like speed ups with the Spartans to make them look fast and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh,
I
this
don't
is
like
like,
that. I don't
nah,
like you saying that.
I didn't like it at all. And then there's a lot of cuts into first person, where I'm like, ah, why are you guys doing this?
Is it good though? No, it sounds
not
like it's
really.
not. Okay.
Some of the action's cool, like when the elites were like attacking the humans at first, I was like, okay, this is pretty badass. And then I don't know, just when the Spartans came in, maybe it's something I'll get used to. But when they came in, I was
Is
just
there
like,
other elites that we know? You can spoil that.
not
Is it
in
just
that
Chief?
episode. Not that I saw in this.
So there's
I mean,
no
again,
blue
it's the only
team, no
first
Team
episode.
Osiris. None of them.
Some of the Spartans might have been some of them from blue team. I'm not sure. They didn't focus too much on the other.
They didn't even say their
Spartans right
name?
now. They might have at
No.
a certain point, like during the battle. Again, it's only
Okay.
the first episode, so I'm not, expecting everything here. There's a lot to fit in one episode, but
Definitely.
yeah, it'd be very cool if they dug into blue team and stuff like that. You're right though. The story of the games that'd be very fun as well.
I mean, that's what I would rather have had.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll get there eventually. So Halo episode 1. Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. I might. I'll
What is
probably
it,
keep
like
watching.
10
I
episodes?
might just wait until I think it's only 6. The first.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like the first season thing, but it's already been
Yeah.
renewed for season 2 as well. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those that can get good eventually.
I mean, I don't want him to even take his helmet off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
They're just doing
I did
it.
not like his voice either. The voice. I saw that funny thing on Twitter where it was like he sounds like the Chew 5 gum guy from the commercials, where it's like how
No, he does.
how it
No.
feels to chew 5 gum. That's exactly
No,
what
don't.
it sounds
No.
like. That's
No.
exactly it.
No, stop making Chief dumb.
Anyways, Daniel, it's been another busy week in the world of video games. Where are we starting? Hogwarts?
Sure, wherever you want to start. But I want to start real quick. I just want to give a shout out. I know he's not
Shout
going to hear
out.
this, to Brandon Jones of
Yes.
Easy Allies, officially retiring not just from Easy Allies, but retiring from the industry. Seems like as a whole.
Yeah.
Seems like he wants to just kind of be a dad. Kind of sad. He's been a voice of reviews in the industry for a long time. Like I remember hearing him back in the day with game trailers and stuff. So sad day, but
He's still going to do
said-
that stuff, though, right?
I think he said he'll still do some scripts when they want him to read things.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm sure he'll pop up every now and then. I know Kyle pops up every now and then, but even him
He's
probably
pretty
less
young
than
though, too, right? Like, what's he moving on to?
Jones is in his 40s probably. It doesn't sound like he really has like a job.
No, really. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome if he made enough money through this to, you know, live the rest of his life.
Yeah, his wife Amanda is a voice actress, so
Oh,
I'm
is she?
sure
Okay.
she makes decent money. They have a kid, and obviously he'll still do some Easy Ally stuff. How small or large it'll be, who knows? But yeah, just wanted to give a little shout out to Brandon Jones.
Definitely. Good for him.
Yeah.
And now we move on to the world of video games. First up, then, Hogwarts Legacy got an in-depth state of play last week and got confirmed to be releasing sometime this holiday. Daniel, did you watch the
Yes,
state of play?
I did. I did. Um, Looked much better than I expected.
Me too.
This game,
Me too.
it looked much larger than I expected. Um, and I'm very interested to actually get my hands on it. I don't even know if I really want reviews for the game.
You don't want to see them.
I
You're
don't
good.
know if I do. Yeah.
Yeah, this looked pretty great, pretty incredible. Honestly, I was not expecting this whole in-depth giant RPG thing coming out of Hogwarts Legacy. I don't really know what I was expecting. I'm
Yeah, I
not.
don't know either.
Yeah, but it definitely in my mind wasn't this big and this much going on. There was like so much to
Yeah.
do between the potion creation and
Yeah,
then
the activities in the school.
yeah, walking
Yeah.
around with your friends and then outside of the school and stuff like that, building relationships, all that. It sounds really fun.
Yeah, I'm still curious, like how big is some of the outside stuff? Because
Yeah.
there are like areas you go to, and then you can go to Hogsmeade. Like, I wonder how big even Hogsmeade is going to
Is that
be.
like the town
That's that
outside of,
town.
yeah, the little town? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They said like even going past that town, was stuff there. So I'm
Yeah, but that
assuming.
sounds like environments is what I kind of got vibes of that. Not necessarily like another town. It seems like Hogsmeade's the only other
I wonder
town.
if like the open world part will be just the Hogwarts general area, and then maybe a little bit outside of that, and then maybe going like to the town and then past the town and stuff like that is more like a mission, and then like you're going
Oh,
to a different
maybe.
area. Yeah, it could be something like that. Not entirely sure though.
Yeah, and I'm very curious what the story is. There's like hidden magic and
A lot of little trolls
yeah,
running around or something doing
trolls.
something.
You see like the Minotaur guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I guess we didn't
yeah,
get too much in terms of like actual what the story is, but they got a little while now if it's not released until this holiday to, explain more and whatnot.
we should talk about that. It's coming holiday much sooner than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you guys, Harry Potter is a generally a holiday type of film. They have a lot of Christmas time in the movies and in the books, so it makes sense. It'll be probably a December game, I would assume.
Sure, yeah. I wonder if they'll try to hit early November. This game's gonna sell like crazy. Like this is gonna be a very high seller. I could see it being up there competing with your in the top tens of the year and stuff like that. Definitely.
Especially just push into that like wizarding world. I'm sure like everyone's gonna go and like pick that game up. Like
Yeah. Well, I know
people
like
want to
the
explore
video,
Hogwarts.
just the state of play video itself has done like crazy numbers on just views and stuff like that already. So it's like, yeah, this is gonna sell big time.
Yeah, so you get to create your own wizard or witch. You get to. They didn't really talk about how you get to like. Do you just pick your house? Like, I know they talked about the
Yeah,
Sorting
put the
Hat, but
hat. It's
like,
random.
yeah,
You gotta
that's what
pick
I
one.
was asking. Like, is it just gonna be random, or is like, do I have to actually do the Pottermore test? That'd be pretty funny
That'd be cool though. Like,
if
that'd
you
be a
actually
cool mechanic.
do.
I'm sure they'll let you pick which one you want to do and stuff
Probably
like
they
that.
probably
Yeah.
people. I'm sure so many people want to be Gryffindors, of course, or whatever. I'm a Ravenclaw
Yeah, I feel like
naturally.
everyone's gonna pick Gryffindor or whatever. But I'll,
Yeah,
I'll pick what's the one with the H? What is it? The funny sounding one?
one with the H.
What was it? I can't remember the names. God damn it.
Well, there's the Slytherin,
Yeah, name them
the
all.
the Slytherin, the Gryffindor, the Ravenclaw, and the Hufflepuff. That's what it was. Hufflepuff. That they're the yellow
What's the
ones.
bad guy one? Isn't that Slytherin?
Yeah, they're technically not the bad guys. It's just a lot of the Death Eater's kids are
Yeah, the
like
fucking
Slytherin.
asshole kids go to that one. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Maybe I'll go to
It's not
that one.
necessarily like the Slytherin's not necessarily like a bad, house or whatever. But Yeah, I'm definitely Ravenclaw. I've done the Pottermore test a bunch of times, and
You're
really
just a
only have ever
Ravenclaw
gotten
motherfucker.
Ravenclaw. Yeah,
Damn.
it's just it's really funny.
I'll have to take that test. But yeah, this game looks very cool. Getting a lot of Mass Effect vibes out of it, kind of, which is a little odd to say. Just the
In
RPG
what way?
elements and the whole hanging out with the companions, and then like I'm assuming you'll have like select,
You think there's gonna
maybe
be
some.
companion quest?
Maybe. I mean, they made it kind of seem like that, right? Like build relationships with people, and then you can go out in the world with them. Maybe not specific quests designed around them, but they'll certainly be going out with you, it seems, and fighting trolls or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna get a very Harry, Hermione, Ron situation where you're gonna have like a little core, little group of like your people you
See, it
have, and
came
then
off more to me like you could like pick your own. Like maybe
yeah,
it will be like just two friends or whatever that you can like really get along with and stuff like that. But it seems to me like there was like gonna be a variety of people you could pick between to
have your options.
yeah, have your options there and stuff.
I did notice one character from the Harry Potter. I forget his name. Was it Headless Nick? Is that his name?
Oh
He was
man,
there
I don't
walking.
know. Oh,
You don't remember
that
Headless
was a
Nick?
ghost.
Yeah, the ghost that like that that carries his head every now and then. He was
Mm.
there. There was a shot of him talking to one of the students.
The the callbacks are gonna be very cool in this.
Yeah, because
I
this
think.
is Hogwarts, very much older Hogwarts. We're gonna see places that are gonna look different
Yeah, what is
because
it like
it's just
100 years before the events of
something like
Harry
that.
Potter? Yeah.
It's like in the 1800s or something,
Uh,
I assume.
yeah.
So it's super low tech, low vibe, not like 90s.
This game is also coming to Switch, which I found very odd. I'm wondering
Yes.
how that works because this game looked way too high tech. I'm assuming it's the cloud version.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
I mean, Guardians came to cloud on Switch, so
yeah. I gotta
it's
assume it's
gonna be the
cloud.
cloud.
Yeah, it has to be. There's no way this could just unless it's just like a super downgraded version. But I don't think.
Yeah, the Switch can barely run its own games.
Yeah,
It's not gonna run Harry Potter.
Nintendo could barely get stuff running on there. Man, we need a Switch
Yeah.
too bad. Uh,
Oh, please.
yeah, please God, please God. But yeah, holiday 2022. Sure, we'll see more sometime this year. You think it hits this year?
I mean, I was confident when you know what at this point was what 2 weeks ago when we weren't even we were talking about Gotham Knights, and I was like, we might be able to get this game this year. So I think that the WB probably really wants it to. If
Yeah.
they're pushing a game out of this year, which we'll talk about in just a second, they're pushing a game out of this year. They probably want to try to get as many as they can because right now they have Lego, Star Wars Lego, and then they have Gotham Knights. So they probably want this game this year. They have not released a lot since what, like Mortal Kombat.
I'm sure they
It's been
would. I mean, around Christmas time, this game's gonna sell so much.
yeah, it's been pretty dry for WB for a little while now. So I think they really want to try to put some games out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm hopeful for this year. I mean, we certainly got an in-depth look enough to where I'm like, okay, they could probably maybe hit this year. Like maybe that's not out of the realm of possibility. But if not, I'm assuming very early next year if it did get delayed. But nonetheless, yeah, this game looks great, very polished. Way to go to this team because they were very unknown to me, I guess,
Yeah,
before this.
and yeah, with their Portkey Studios, and speaking of like,
And
you know,
Avalanche.
and I was
Avalanche
gonna
was the
bring
one
them
I was
up.
talking
You
about.
could
Yeah.
tell Avalanche's influence, because this is not the normal Avalanche. This is the other
Yeah,
Avalanche.
this is the one that
Um,
made the Disney Infinity
yes,
thing. Yeah.
which they've done open areas and stuff. So, but that's why I was saying I think you will probably be able to tell their influence with
Yeah, I
open
guess I don't
sections.
even know what was in Disney Infinity. Like I couldn't even tell you like what that game was. So.
It was like putting pieces, but they have like there were open world sections and stuff in that game.
Oh, okay. So maybe
Um,
this is where that comes in.
Yeah, so it's definitely a team effort. Like I was hearing a lot of coverage of just talking about only Avalanche, and it's like Avalanche is not the only ones making this game. There is
And then
another developer,
Portkey, I looked into them a
Portkey.
little bit. It just seems like they've just made all your random Harry Potter mobile things and what have you for the
Yeah,
past. Yeah, it seems any Harry Potter type game that has come out in the last like 10 years. It seems like Portkey has made it.
they're probably doing a lot of the story and the
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
lore.
say. It seems like they're probably your lore guys, right? Like they
Yeah,
know the Harry Potter world in and out.
maybe some just creative stuff as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm excited for this game. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I have all the movies and all the books, except for Cursed Child. I haven't read that. Um, yeah, I'm super excited.
yeah. I'm not even the biggest Harry Potter fan, so this as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'll buy that. I'll play that.
Looks good. Looks
Yeah, it looked
very
good.
good.
Yeah, so
Way better than I was expecting.
definitely. And you can fly. I'm always down
You
with
can
that.
fly. You can fly on a griffin. It looks like, and you're gonna get your broom.
They got to put
Yeah,
the fucking game in it.
Quidditch.
I saw
I
like
want. I want
some
to play
article the
Quidditch.
other day that said it might not have Quidditch. It's like, why would you be able to fly and not have Quidditch? Like, what are you talking
Quidditch
about?
better be in this game.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be a big part of
Come
it.
on,
Like,
come on.
imagine like just as like a side thing, you can like play through a whole season. You know, that'd be very
Oh,
fun. Yeah.
you
Oh,
play a whole season of Quidditch?
yeah,
Yes,
you
please.
got like a game. I would love if this game is just like it's like a whole school year. You play like Persona style, and you play through every day. You
That would
know,
be really cool.
that'd be
That'd
so
be really
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for like the classroom stuff and all that. You
I
know,
wonder
like
how that's
actually.
all gonna be
I
done.
know, like I wonder, like, do I have a schedule? Do I actually gotta get the class
Oh,
on
I gotta
time
run
and
to
stuff like that?
potions.
Right. Oh, you know damn well that the fucking dark arts teacher is gonna be the villain.
Oh
You
no,
know?
the dark arts teacher. Yes,
As
he's
soon as I
definitely
go in that
shady.
person's class, I'm like, no, you're the fucking villain. I ain't trusting you.
Why am I on you, dark arts teacher?
Last thing, I am very curious to see how combat actually works because
Hmm.
what they
Hmm.
showed of it, that was like something where I'm like, I have to play this. Like, I don't know
Yeah, there
how
was the
that's gonna
dueling.
feel. Yeah,
But then you're just also casting spells. So like,
I'm wondering if it's like combos or are you just like holding
yeah,
R2 and pointing or
yeah,
like
like
what's going
how
on there?
involved is it?
Yeah,
Is the question
it
I
could have
have.
used one of those like the camera on the guy's hands holding the controller just for that
I'm
combat section,
sure.
just so I could see
Yeah,
because I just can't I couldn't wrap my head around like what you were actually doing. But
you'll probably get another big one at either E3 or like the PlayStation Showcase. I would assume. Um, but to be fair to them, this is the first gameplay reveal.
yeah,
We will probably get more.
definitely, yeah. I just think that's probably my biggest worry right now. Everything around it
Sure.
looks very cool. I just need to see. I need to feel that combat to know how good that is.
Yeah, for me, I'm probably not going to care too much either way. Like if the combat's fun, cool, but I'm there for everything else
Sure.
for Harry Potter. So if the story and the characters are cool, that's all I need.
See, I like that mindset,
And exploring
but then it's
Hogwarts.
always just like in games, like they'll make you do so much combat. Then and
Put it
it's
on
just
easy then at
yeah,
that point.
yeah. Good point. Good point.
And then just explore Hogwarts. Don't you just want to walk around
That
Hogwarts?
is, I mean, that's the main thing I want to do. Like,
It's
I
like
think
they were
it's the main
talking
thing
about
everyone wants to do.
secrets and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
walking
like,
around
oh,
those rooms
come
and
on.
stuff. I hope it's got to be big. Like the school, like it's got to be fucking huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm wondering, is it going to be very like Dracula's castle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it something like that where it's taking roots
If
that
it
are
is
just
like a giant open world like this, I would almost like I would want the school to be like half of it. You know, like at least.
yeah,
Yeah.
it needs to be the focus. The name
Definitely.
is Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Like
Yeah.
it needs to be the focus. Yeah.
Yeah, with you 100% on that. All right, cool. That'll do it for Hogwarts. We will see more in the future. Next up, then, sticking with WB, rumors have now been confirmed that Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League has been delayed to 2023. Danny, I think we talked about this a few months ago, maybe weeks ago. I can't remember when it was.
It was like early February. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
was
been
it?
about
Okay.
yeah, I think it's been like a month or
Yeah, it's
so.
been a little while, but yeah, I didn't realize this wasn't officially confirmed, but yeah, there you go now.
We
Suicide
we
Squad.
we we
Not
mentioned
not
that.
coming. Uh, that it wasn't officially
Yeah,
confirmed. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah,
because
there you go. It's official now. Not coming out this year. They said early next year, so I'm assuming like this time next year probably.
yeah, I hope that this game lands for Rocksteady. I love Rocksteady. They've been making this game for a very long time.
Eight
But this
years, right?
game, yeah, Arkham Knight was 2015.
Yeah, very long time.
2015. It's very early in the last gen.
It's so funny because them and WB Montreal, where it's like
Yeah.
WB Montreal's worse. That's coming up on 10 years. That's gonna be exactly 10 years between Arkham Origins and Gotham Knights, and now 8 years on Rocksteady, which is WB's premier team, right? I mean, there's no one better
Um,
there than Rocksteady, right?
I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I would say NetherRealms probably, but
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, they got a very good track record.
I
Over there,
think
at least
WB
for so
generally
long.
has a lot of solid teams.
Just as far as like AAA, third person action
Some
games
people
go,
might say
yeah,
Monolith.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, Monolith as well. But as far as the sellers go, it's Rocksteady all day with those.
it's.
The
I mean,
Arkham days.
it's probably mostly because of Batman
Yeah,
than
for
anything.
sure.
Yeah,
But
but
nonetheless, yeah, been delayed.
yeah, it's probably going to be early next year. I would assume then.
Yeah, they said that. I mean, yeah, like I said,
Did they say
this
early
time
next
next year.
year?
Yeah, they specifically
Okay.
said early next year. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't
Cool.
think it's too far off. They've also been showing gameplay of this and stuff like that, so it's not like they're afraid to show it. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Suicide
assume
Squad.
we'll still see it again this
Oh,
year.
definitely.
Yeah, like some
There's
event.
gonna be another DC fandom or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck this year. Yeah, you're gonna see this game again for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, I hope it lands too. I thought it looked cool from the last trailer, but again, that last trailer was cut so weird for me. I remember when they were just like every time it would go into gameplay, it would like switch very quickly to someone else, and it was just like very hard
Odd
to tell
trailer.
what was going on. Yeah, it was a very odd trailer. So I would like an in-depth, like the state of play we just got. Honestly, like I thought that was really good for to show off Hogwarts. Like I would like something like that for. I mean, like a lot of games, honestly, but specifically this, just to really get in there and see what it plays like, what you're doing, etc.
Yeah, yeah. I like little deep dives. We don't need the other state of plays.
No,
we
yeah,
we don't need
we
them.
definitely don't. Yeah,
We don't need data plays like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I
I mean,
like
it
the.
doesn't even have to be a state of play. Just WB could just put one out themselves, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Little conference themselves. But I also, I guess this is getting into a different conversation. But the more we step away from E3, the more I miss E3.
I know.
I'm kind of sick of where everyone's just doing their own thing, and it's never good. It's like we'll get one cool announcement or something, but not everyone makes a good presentation. Yeah, we get Nintendo that makes, even if they're the state of play or what are they, directs aren't great, they still have a good presentation. I would say the state of plays, even if they're not good, they have a good presentation. But most of these team or these publishers just don't make good ones.
Yeah, I'd
We
be
just need
fine with like
more E3
these smaller state of plays and whatnot and stuff like that if we were also getting the giant E3 thing.
where
Which I
everyone's
mean,
there. Yeah.
we kind of will still, right? Like Xbox is gonna have one this year at some point. They're gonna have one. I mean, E3 got confirmed now, so they'll have something at E3. They're gonna,
Keely's also doing his thing.
yeah, exactly. Keeley doing his thing, and then Nintendo will do one again in June, and then I'm assuming PlayStation will probably go again in September with
For August
whatever
or
the fuck they
something.
called them. The,
Showcase.
the showcase, yeah, that one. So we still kind of get it, but it's just so far apart now. We just don't get like that big weekend anymore. Of like here's like everything
That
you
was
ever
so
fucking
special.
dreamed
We
of.
need that again. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, it
We
does
need
suck
E3
that's
back.
gone.
Just it needs to be like E3 and then Game Awards and then like everything else can fill out.
Yeah, but it's good for this show because we got shit to talk about. So
Sure.
take it or leave it. All right, cool. Suicide Squad. We will see you sometime next year.
Yeah. Take your time, Rocksteady, but make a good game.
Well,
Make a good
don't
game.
take your time too much more. All right. Come on,
Okay,
guys.
yeah, yeah. You know what?
Let's get
Speed it
going
up.
here.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Next up, then, PlayStation has acquired Haven Studios. The studio is led by Jade Raymond, and it is working on some type of live service game. I believe they said it was first person too. Actually, no. Maybe I'm thinking
I
something
didn't
else.
see I didn't see anything of like what the game is.
So I
Other
saw the
than
live service thing.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a quote. They did like a Q&A
Multiplayer.
with them. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this is a little out of the ordinary for PlayStation. Actually, very out of the ordinary because
I would say it's not.
really, was that?
Yeah. Because of what they've been doing. Like people love to talk about Xbox's acquisitions, right? But
Sure.
then you have like Tencent and PlayStation are just buying things left and right. Like yeah, Xbox bought one huge thing with a lot of things in it. But if you look at how many things PlayStation bought last year and now continuing into this year, I think this is just what they're doing now. Like
I just think it's out of the ordinary in the sense that most of the ones, besides Bungie, that we've seen leading up to this have been studios that PlayStation has worked with very closely, and even most of them have made exclusives for PlayStation before. I mean, even
yeah,
Bungie, to an extent, they've worked with since Destiny 1. This is
yeah.
just very, I mean, this studio has never even put out a game, This is a brand new
That's
studio.
probably why
and
they're
just
getting
buying
in.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly, I got to think they saw something here with the game where they were like, oh.
I think Herman Hulst said that.
Yeah, they
The head of PlayStation. I think he said
something
that.
impressed them enough to where they were like, oh, you know what, let's lock these guys down. And yeah, it's a little odd, but I don't know. We haven't seen the game. We don't know what it's like, and we don't know what the team's like. So it's kind of hard to even talk about because we don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah. And the more I hear about live service, like my eyes glaze over. I just don't. I'm honestly sick of every game being a live service game.
Sure.
And I know that we got like a statement yesterday or the day before about PlayStation still committing to single player, even with all the live service that they've talked about over the past few months. I don't need every game to be a live service and constant updates and DLC. I don't need. This is not what video games are. Um, I guess maybe they are for a lot of people. I don't know. But I look at Elden Ring and I'm like, this game is selling better than all of those games, reviewing better than all those games. It's a full, complete game with not a bunch of things that are cut out and going to piecemeal it. You know, I don't know. The more I hear about live service, I'm like, all right, this tells me it's going to be probably content light. You're going to announce a bunch of DLC. Um, Probably not going to be that interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sounding too negative.
No, I'm there with you. It goes back to when they first said this 10 live service games thing by what was it, 2026 or whatever.
Yeah.
When they first, what are you guys considering a live service game? You know that I still go back to that. Is MLB a live service
GT7.
game? Is GT7 a live service game? You know, are we just considering multiplayer games a live service game now at this point? Because that's kind of just what it seems like to me. Like, are we is every multiplayer game that comes out now just considered a live service game? Because if that's the case, then I mean, it's just like 10 yeah, of course you guys are going to make 10 of those by fucking 2026. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. As far as this game goes, I got to see it first. Obviously, I'm not the multiplayer guy in any way. You know, I rarely ever get into multiplayer games. So I'm sure it's not going to be something I'm going to be into.
Yeah, especially if it's only multiplayer.
Yeah, and then it's, unless like the gameplay looks like fantastic or whatever. Even then, I'll download it once and play a couple matches, then delete it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but yeah, even for me, it's like I'm a Destiny person. I don't play Destiny all the time, but I'd rather play Destiny than any of these other live service games. So it's like I got no
definitely.
room for you. You know?
Do you think Bungie helping them out with the live service type of stuff now could persuade you to move over to any other games?
No,
No.
no, it'd persuade me to go play more Destiny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the live service.
that's kind of what it seems like if with Destiny type games in particular, I guess, right? Is just like it's so hard to get people off the one they're already into that it's like, you don't got to keep making these.
Yeah, I mean Division tried, and I think they did. Ubisoft did pretty well with the Division, but even then, it didn't. It wasn't like a. I know they weren't
It's not
trying,
like
but
Destiny,
it wasn't
right?
a
Like there's
Destiny.
not
It
like a
wasn't supposed to be.
huge
Yeah, it wasn't
Division
supposed to be a
community
Destiny.
right now, is there?
No, no, no,
No.
no, no.
Yeah.
But they also weren't trying to be like a Destiny killer or anything. You
Oh,
know,
sure. No,
it
I'm
was
sure
just
they're
trying
just
to
trying
be
to
its
get a
own.
piece of that pie. Yeah.
Exactly, and it didn't work out. And guess what? You know, Bungie has just been trucking. They haven't stopped, and I don't know.
I mean,
It's
have
this
any of those worked out? Like it's funny.
not really.
It's really
I mean, it's
just
the same.
Destiny, right?
Same with battle royales, right? Like we get so many that just a lot of them just fall off. Like even Ubisoft, they couldn't even do a battle royale.
Yeah. Good
Um,
point.
like the multiplayer slash live service MMOE, all of that is just there's too many of them and they all can't succeed. I mean, look
Sure.
at Platinum just tried to do one with Square again. Didn't
I mean, that's
succeed.
why you got to make different types of games, though, too, right?
Sure.
Like, if this is just a first-person Destiny like live service game, well, then people are just gonna go play Destiny, right? But if it's like,
Yeah.
say that new like Twisted Metal game is a live service game, that's at least something different that could
Sure.
maybe draw
Yeah.
other people in, right?
Or be with kind of the pedigree of a lot of the devs there, maybe be some sort of third person action game, very quick, or some sort of Assassin's Creed like game and be live service. I think that might work better than trying to do Destiny.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm wondering who's working at this studio because Jade Raymond isn't a creator. She doesn't make games. She's a producer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she did a lot of like putting the team together and stuff like that, and maybe just the direction she wants the game to go and stuff like that. But she's definitely not creating it.
Yeah, she's taken a lot of devs from what I remember reading, like from all the other places she's worked. So that is Ubisoft. And,
Google, stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So like I assume that they probably are working on a third person game. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing whatever that game is. Again, a little odd for.
When are we gonna
PlayStation,
even
but
see it?
yeah. Also, I know Colin's been talking a lot about how like people are really trying to lock down talent for studios and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like video game devs are getting paid so much right now just to
there's a
stay
lot of
at certain
movement.
studios, yeah, and stuff like that. A lot of devs are trying to get bought out by different devs and stuff like that to come over and work for them and all that. So I wonder if this is like a they got talent at that studio and PlayStation saw that and they were just like, all right, let's lock this down, buy them, make sure these
Sure.
developers stay here, stuff like that. So
They did it with Bungie.
yeah,
There's a lot of movement in the industry. When we talk about the initiative, right? We see all of these like veterans starting their own little thing. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about the guy for the director of Witcher doing his own fantasy RPG.
yeah.
Like
Casey
we keep
Hudson now
Casey
doing his
Hudson doing
own
his thing.
sci-fi thing. Yeah,
I think it was Humanoid. Um, Humanoid Studios. But that we keep seeing these veterans doing their own thing, small teams doing their own thing, and I just think we're entering a new phase of game game making. So it's it's a wild west out there.
for sure. The acquisitions continue.
They won't stop. As much as I don't want to hear more about them, they're
Oh,
not going
you're
to stop.
getting more.
When Keeley knew, Keeley still said like he knew about like multiple big
Yeah, he knew
acquisitions.
about a
Still,
big one, and I'm assuming. I mean, this doesn't count as a big one.
no, this isn't the big one.
Yeah. All right, cool. Next up then, CD Projekt Red has confirmed they are working on a new Witcher game running on Unreal Engine 5. This also kicks off a new multi-year strategic partnership with Epic Games. Bum, bum, bum. Daniel, new Witcher. How you feeling?
Great. Give me a new
Great.
Witcher.
Yeah.
Little teaser image had snow with a Witcher Lynx
Yeah, I forget
medallion. It
what they
wasn't even the
said.
wolf.
Yeah, no, they said that was like a new school or something. I don't know. Whatever they're
Yeah,
hinting at there.
the tag was like a new saga begins or something. So they're definitely kickstarting a new era. Like you're going to see all the regulars, of course, but I assume the story is probably going to revolve around whatever that new school of Witcher is going to be. Super excited. I love Witcher 3, one of the greats. Um, the move to Unreal Engine 5 I find very interesting because I do like the Red engine that they have. Um, but maybe it's a little easier to use Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah,
Um,
I think a lot with that would be that you also would then get Epic to, not make the game with you, but like they could help with any problems you're having with the engine and stuff like that. And with all the glitches they just had with Cyberpunk, it'd be nice to just be able to like call out Epic and be like, hey, this isn't working right or whatever, stuff like that. So, and then I'm assuming with this partnership as well, Epic will be more than willing to be like, oh, okay, hey, we can look at that for you. We have people that know this engine in and out. We can tell you what's wrong, stuff like that. So, I'm assuming this had a lot to do with the Cyberpunk problems.
sure. The partnership with Epic is very interesting. Strategic partnership.
Yeah, this will be the fourth one Epic has kind of done this with
Yeah,
a
Remedy.
yeah Remedy. It was MDHR, right? The Cuphead guys. Am I
I
tripping?
don't think so.
No, it was Playdead. Playdead.
Playdead.
There was a third one as well. I can't remember the third one.
Was it Moon?
Was Moon the Ori guys?
Yeah. Was it Moon?
Might have been. I can't remember the third one. Yeah, we'd have to look that up.
Remedy was the other big one that I
Yeah, I know Remedy and Playdead were definitely one. So now these guys as well, and then there's another fourth one we can't remember. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Epic locking down all these guys is kind of cool for them. They didn't really publish too much before this, so it'll be cool. I mean,
they
they
were
certainly
mostly
got the money now from Fortnite, so
they're mostly just devs and then they were Unreal Engine.
yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting. We need a new publishing arm, right? Like Activision's kind of being scooped up. It's gonna have a big vacuum. We're gonna have Embracer Group rising still. They're still rising. Embracer, I think people underestimate how large Embracer is. They have like 90 developers.
yeah, it's a fuck
Um,
ton. I think they
it's
just don't
insane.
have that like big one yet.
I mean, they do. They have
Gearbox.
Gearbox.
Yeah,
Gearbox is massive. And then we get Embracer to rise, and if you get Epic to rise, like we'll see that we're going to see other publishers. I mean, Tencent's still there, so we're going to see other people take that vacuum of the Activision. Maybe EA will buy somebody big, and then EA will be the biggest one.
yeah.
Um,
It's a
yeah,
very good spot for Epic to be, right? Like, I'm sure you make a lot of money just doing that, right?
Yeah, Witcher 3 made a lot of money. Cyberpunk made a lot of money. I mean, I think generally CD Projekt's a safe bet. They're pretty well liked studio, regardless of the controversy. They're
This will
multi.
be a very big proving thing for not maybe not proving, but a comeback for CD Projekt Red with the fumble on Cyberpunk. I mean, me and you really like the game, but obviously the perception around that game is just horrible right now, or still
Maybe
probably always will be. Oh, it definitely is. You know, it's just with how bad it's like that game can't come back. I don't think so. You know, even
that
the
game still sold like 15 million, if not
no,
probably
it
near
did.
20 at this point.
Maybe, you know, I feel like it
I
like came
think
to a
it did.
dead stop after
Uh,
because we didn't see it place on anything last year. You know,
Yeah, no, it'd have been 2020.
I know, but like it, if it got up to 20 million because it got to like 10 in like the first week, you know, if it got
Yeah, I
up,
think it was 10 or
if
13
it
that first
sold
week.
another 10 million or whatever, it would have placed on the MPDs on for
Could
2021.
have quietly kept selling. It was always on sale. They kept putting it on sale and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we'll see. They are also a multimedia company now. You know, they have the show, they have a card game. Like
Also, the director of the card game is gonna lead the
that's right.
director
I forgot about that.
of this one. Yeah. So
Yeah, the guy that directed Gwent, which is interesting.
yeah,
He
and he
know he
also said
clearly
no crunch under his watch. So
yeah, and he clearly knows the IP very well. He's been working on Gwent, so yeah, very interested. I love CD Projekt. I'd love to see people like them again, even though I still do.
me too. When do we think this game will come out? Then it's got to be. I don't know. I'm thinking like 2026. I guess 4 years
What's
seems about
2022?
right. It's 2022 right now. Yeah, we're in March
Yeah, I'd say
2022.
2025 at the earliest.
Yeah, at the
Because I
earliest.
think that they might have already been working on this anyways. They work on multiple
Oh, they
projects at the
definitely were
same
in the
time, and
back.
I think
Yeah,
that they have two studios.
yeah,
So I think that this team is pretty massive. Um, and we could see it earlier than we think, but I think 2025 is probably the earliest.
I think with that no crunch and then them having to really get this right, you know, like I mean, it doesn't have to be Witcher 3 level for it to exceed, but I'm sure they would like it to be. So, and I think that's what they'll be shooting for as well.
It also
So,
depends on easy use of the engine too.
yeah, good
If
point.
they start clicking with how easy it is to use, maybe they could work faster.
Yeah, you know, this might come out right around the same time as Elder Scrolls 6 as well. Be interesting.
Steal steal their thunder.
Yeah, well, Witcher 3 stole Fallout 4's thunder
Yeah,
that
that's what I
year.
mean. Yeah.
They might do it again. We'll see. We'll see. That'll be very interesting. Two big fantasy games coming out
And
around
her
the same
oh
time.
that they nope. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Ready? Clear your mind.
Okay.
2026,
Mm-hmm.
early spring,
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 3.
Mm.
A week after
Day after.
The Witcher 4.
Day Horizon comes out on a Friday, and then they're like, "Fuck it, we're coming out on Saturday."
Yeah, The Witcher 4. And it's not even The Witcher 3. It is like Ocarina of Time. It changes video
Oh God.
games. Again, that's what happens.
Just does it too much. Well, we'll at least know whatever comes right after Horizon 3 will be the greatest game of all time. So
Of course, we know.
yeah,
So we
we
got to
know
figure out.
that'll be
We
great.
know we got to look at that
It's gonna be
release
funny
calendar.
when it's like, oh, Danganronpa 6 or whatever this fucking,
Don't make fun of Danganronpa.
and they have to give it a 10, you know, just because it came out right after
You
Horizon.
know, this is the game after Horizon. It's a 10 out of
You
10.
know, this
Crazy.
isn't very good, but 10 out of 10, you know, right after
10 out of
Horizon.
10.
Sorry.
10 out of 10.
If I'm a developer, I'm booking the day right after Horizon, no matter what. You know, there's just like 9 big games that release that day.
Or even within the next, like, or within a few days of it, like right after, a few days later.
Everyone just comes out that
Yep,
day.
everyone's coming out.
They're like, oh, we gotta go then. They're all just bad games too, you know.
Yes,
Nah,
yes.
10.
It's just a flood of just like Matt. When are we gonna get? Here's a random question. You know, we always get direct to DVD sequels.
Yeah,
Can we get like the equivalent for like video games?
it's like
Just
a
like
double A stupid thing. Yeah,
just the cheapest, like linear, like how we used to get movie tie-ins all the time. I want those for like big games too.
sure.
Just
I'd be
like
down for that.
cheap. direct to like digital.
I I am so down for movie games to make a comeback, you know.
Yeah,
Just all of them coming out. That was a time and place, you know.
that was a time and
Y'all
place.
ever played the Willy Wonka game, the 2005 Willy Wonka
No,
game? No,
I didn't
awful,
even know I had a game.
awful. But it was great because you just ran around that chocolate factory, and I
Did
was
you
like, okay,
play
this is
as
cool.
Johnny Depp?
No, you played as the kid, Charlie.
Okay, you play as Charlie.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but still very fun, very fun. Like bounce around bubblegum. I remember that. I don't know. Weird shit going on there. The Wolverine game though was great.
Hey, yeah, Raven.
That movie's horrible. A
What are you
great game.
talking about?
Great game. Wolverine Origins.
It's a great movie.
Wolverine Origins. Daniel, get off this podcast. Go away. I'll do it myself.
Do you remember when Daredevil shot lasers out of his eyes and he got his head cut off and he like
You mean
destroyed the
Deadpool?
building? What'd I say?
You said Daredevil.
Deadpool, I mean.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it like it destroyed the building
Sure,
and stuff.
sure. Remember the post credit scene when it was just his head and he like blinked? I'm like, what?
Oh boy.
It's so ridiculous. Ryan Reynolds,
Oh boy.
national treasure.
He is.
He really
He
is.
is.
Next up, then, this is an exciting one. Ilphonic has revealed their new game, Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed, a new asymmetrical multiplayer game, and it's releasing in Q4 2022. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. A little more to it because these are people I like a lot. James and Elise Willems are writing the game.
Yeah, very interesting. So what,
Yeah.
would they just be writing like the little cutscenes that play in the
I think
beginning
there's a full
part?
story to the game.
Really? That'd be
I think there's a
interesting.
story. I don't know how how it works in the game, but there's like a story to it. They actually worked with Ilphonic on the other game that they're making right now, that Carmageddon or whatever. James and Elise wrote for that game as well, so
Oh,
I
did
guess they
they?
kind of
Okay.
have a little bit of a relationship there.
This studio loves people in games media because Adam Sussler was a big part of, I think, starting this studio. I remember was
Hmm.
right before Friday the 13th. Like I remember he was a big part of that, and he did a lot of the marketing and stuff. So yeah, and then Greg's obviously friends with them. He's known them for
Yeah,
years.
Speaking of Greg Miller and Rahul Kohli are both voices in the game, and they couldn't say who they are,
Yeah, I was
which
wondering who
I
they are
found
because
very odd.
I was thinking because the characters from the movies are in the game, and it looked like they have characters from each of the movies, even the spin-offs and whatnot. So I was assuming the actors would voice them. That might be a little too pricey, but
I mean, they got Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson back.
yeah. So maybe it's not a little too pricey. I'm assuming they could do that. Maybe they're voicing ghosts of some sort. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be, yeah, he could be like Greg could be like some sort of Slimer person,
Sure, that's
or
immediately
like
what you go to. Wow,
yeah, or
disrespect.
I could see like Rahul being like the villain or something.
Yeah, I can see that as
You know,
well.
he's more of a good guy. I wouldn't see him as that, but I maybe.
So, are you excited for this game just in general?
You know what actually got me excited is that I can play by myself.
Yeah,
That was like, all right, cool. I could just, play the levels and just have fun, and there's a story, and that's it. I'll use some AI.
I'm actually pretty stoked for this. I didn't like the Predator game too much. I just thought that because it was a first-person shooter, it just controlled very badly for a first-person shooter.
It didn't look like it controlled good. I didn't play it.
No, it didn't control well at all. And I mean, the stuff around it seemed pretty fun. There was a bit too much like objectives and whatnot. But I love the Friday the 13th game. That was like one of the last multiplayer games I actually like got super into, and I don't know why it just clicked
Yeah,
for
I
me for some reason.
I played it a little bit. It didn't run well. Like,
No, the game is janky as fuck, but
yeah, it was a little
was a good
fun.
time.
I played way more Dead by Daylight, and that's just I think a better game.
Sure.
Um, but I'm curious to see what they got here. The trailer looked pretty awesome, so definitely on my radar.
Yeah, it's first person again, which doesn't excite me too much, but at least it's not like a full blown shooter this time. You're just running around with that backpack.
Yeah, you got
doing shit, so
traps and
yeah,
stuff.
it's not like it's like a FPS this time like Predator was. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll get into this. I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters guy either. I don't really. I
I
like
like
the
the
first
I
movie, but
I like the first movie.
yeah, the other ones I'm like, whatever. I haven't really liked anything else other than that. So not my favorite IP, not what I would have chosen specifically for them, but nonetheless, I'll check this game out.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what is your objective as like the
Get the ghost,
Ghostbusters?
man. Catch that
Are you
ghost.
So it's like a flip. Instead of predator hunting you, it's you hunting the ghost. Is that kind
Well,
of the
you can
idea?
play as the ghost as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I'm
a one on
assuming one
four.
person can play as the ghost and then try to. I don't know. What do the ghosts do in these movies? Do they
Exactly.
kill people?
That's my question.
Or
Like,
just
what is the
possess
goal
people?
here?
I don't know. Be cool if you could like possess another human player and then they like
That's like
turn
an
on you.
ability.
Yeah, yeah, something like
That's
that.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the ghost objective would be. Obviously, the human objective would just be catch the ghost, but yeah, I don't know. You could do a lot of interesting stuff with this too. So,
Yeah.
are James and Elise like known to be big Ghostbusters fans?
Not particularly. I think that they're getting more into
I know they like
writing.
horror movies quite a bit, so this isn't
Yeah.
necessarily horror, but
I'm sure that they like Ghostbusters. I think they're just getting more into writing, and clearly they really like Ilphonic and the devs there. So
definitely they're
they have a
popping up everywhere.
relationship.
Remember they were in Psychonauts too?
I know. I was.
Yeah,
Yeah. They were
There's-
the
they're
husband and wife.
yeah. These people just popping up weird
James
places.
and Elise are great. I love them, and
Definitely,
I am happy to see them get work and see Greg get work, and I like Rahul a lot as well, and just awesome. I'll support the game. Ilphonic seems like a great studio, even though that they don't really make high quality games. They seem to care, and I like that.
definitely. Hopefully, there's a beta sometime like this summer or something. I would assume for
Oh, that'd be
this.
interesting.
They like their betas. I know they did one for Predator, so I'm assuming there'll
I
be
could
one
see
for
that.
this at some point. Yeah, probably
Maybe
over the summer.
maybe around Halloween.
I would assume the game would come out around then. No,
They said Q4.
it's Q4, November, December. Is that all we count as
Yeah,
Q4?
or
Okay.
maybe October. Oh, maybe
I
October,
feel like
November,
it's gotta be
December.
like half of October, right? That wouldn't really make much sense if it didn't.
Yeah, maybe this is an October game. That's where it
Yeah.
needs to
Oh
come
yeah.
out.
You need to hit that Halloween spot, really.
Yeah, like a week before Halloween.
Yeah.
Lead up right into it. That's
Fall
what I
is
would say.
filling out though. It's getting busy with
There's gonna be more.
oh man, and then Starfield's gonna hit. I'm gonna put like 200 hours into that.
Yeah, like Nintendo has a lot there.
I really hope Hogwarts and Starfield aren't like same day or some shit. You know, they're gonna be like a week
Oh
apart.
no.
No, and then Pokemon's like that
Call of
week too.
Duty,
Oh no,
Pokemon,
All's gonna be busy. All's gonna be
maybe
busy.
Breath of the Wild 2
Oh
still.
God, don't,
Maybe.
Daniel, don't,
I
don't.
need to stop seeking.
Stop it.
Stop.
I couldn't handle that.
There's already too much this year. I'm
Yeah,
behind already.
I'm
Thank you,
already
Elden
done.
Ring. I'm behind.
Oh, really? Like honestly. All right then, Daniel. Speaking of Elden Ring, we will now move on to what we've been playing. And Daniel,
Yes.
we continue our Elden Ring journey.
Yes, this is what the third 3 weeks in a row. Still
It's
playing
just,
Elden
It's just
Ring.
all I've been playing. It's just so
I
much.
I'm about 70 hours right now.
I think I'm right around there as well.
I think I put about nearly another 30 this week. It's like a full-time job. I'm like going to work, and I'm playing Elden Ring.
It's
Uh,
just taxing on the brain too, you know, because like
I'm
you
always
beat a
thinking
hard
about it.
boss and like you finally do it, you get that relief, and then you continue the game, and it's like here's another hard boss, and I'm just like, no, I can't do this.
I last night we were talking last night, and I went to this castle up in one of the in like the later game area, and this guy dominated me, and I'm just like, I am level 108 right now. I know that you can keep going with your levels, but 108's a lot of levels. Like this man should not be destroying me. And I know that you haven't fought this boss, but like this man should not be destroying me. I don't understand. I literally the bosses before this I've been fine. What is this guy? It's not even a main enemy boss. It's
No,
a
it's just an optional
castle.
boss, yeah.
It's a side boss.
Oh, and
Like
they
what
all
is
get you.
I don't understand. So I've leveled up thanks to you in this video. I've leveled up more.
We've been doing the cheese for sure.
The rancid bird cheese or whatever.
Yeah, which is it has been quite the time for me because I did that like excessively. You know, I'm like
Yeah.
130 now. I think I'm 134 was my exact
Okay.
level. So I've killed that bird many a time. You know, made him run off that cliff and done that to grind. Yeah, I don't. How do you feel about the grinding? Because it's like
I don't
I
like it.
understand. I don't either. I understand you could go off into the world and not have to do that, but I just feel like you would level up so slowly that way. You know,
I don't like this much grinding. I like some grinding. If I need to grind to get to a certain level, that's okay. If it's, like Pokemon. Like Pokemon's always had grinding, right? You need to be a certain level to beat that gym or whatever. But
Sure.
once you do it, you do that, and then as you're just playing, you'll kind of naturally level up. Um, I just like once I hit 100, I'm like I should be able to beat the entire game at level 100. It takes a long time just to even get to level 100.
And this is where a lot of people come in and say you just need the skill. Like your level is fine, you know what I mean? But you just need skill to do that. And I just hate that argument as well because it's like I'm just not good enough, I guess, you know. But it's at the same time, it's like this game is really fucking hard. So it's like I don't know what you want me to do here. I feel like at a certain point, I just felt like I have to grind, you know, and do
Yeah,
these weird cheeses
my
to
level
get
must just
ruins
need to be
super high.
higher.
Yeah, and it's like otherwise I'm just gonna be sitting here pounding my head against the wall, and I'm gonna hate that more than I'm gonna hate grinding. So I just gotta kind of even it
Oh,
out.
100%. I will grind for another 10 hours.
Yeah,
If
exactly,
that means I will have an easier time with the bosses. You know
exactly,
what I
and
mean?
I'm the same way, and it's
Like
just
I'll put the game on a back burner and then play other games and keep grinding in this game for another 10 hours if that's what it needs to be in order to beat the game.
yeah,
Like
and it really
that's
is making me have a worse time with the game, the grinding, you know, just because I did it for
sure.
like out, and like obviously it's not fun, you know, like I'm not having fun. Even when me and you were doing the last week we talked about the stealth one where we went around and killed these little guys and we got like 20,000 in like 15 minutes and stuff like that. That was never fun for me, you know? Like
Sure.
sure, I put on a podcast for a couple hours and I did that for a while. And same thing with the bird. I did the same thing, put on a podcast and I was like, yeah, that's fine. But that's not what I want to be doing. That's not
I want to be fighting the boss. Yeah.
exactly. I want to be actually playing the game and fighting all these different bosses and stuff like that. And like, yeah, you could argue like, yeah, go out, go explore more, and etc. Do stuff like that. But at this point, I need like 100,000 runes just to level up. You know, how long am I gonna have to be exploring out there? And even that, like, you find random low level optional bosses and stuff like that. You're only gonna get like
30,000,
yeah, 30 at most. You know what I mean?
20,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like you're only a quarter of a way there to be able to level up. So now I feel like
I'll
I
just go
have to
do
go
this
grind.
bird.
Exactly. I'll just go do the bird, and then
It'll take 2 minutes and I'll have
but
that
I'm
many
just really
numbers.
not having fun with the bird thing. So it's like I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
give or take here. I'm having very high highs with this game, right? Like I love the boss fights. I love just exploring and seeing new
High
areas and
highs.
stuff like that. I love it.
Like
You know.
high.
Yeah.
Like
When I see a new area and it just looks amazing, and I'm like, oh man, this looks incredible.
I
This
don't want to spoil
area.
too much. Like getting out of the Forgotten Lands, which is like this little small area, going over the bridge to the giant land of the giants.
Yeah.
The spoiler snow area. On that bridge, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. It looks
Okay,
incredible.
but from why did you ruin the moment with having a big giant with a bow and arrow?
Oh my god. I know. I know.
I'm
And
just
that
like
kills me.
trying to enjoy this awesome
That's what
ride.
very much annoys me too. Is sometimes I'm having a harder time just walking around and trying to explore with these random and like they got the bird creatures in that area again and stuff like that. Like, dude, I can only fight like one of those, and like if another one comes at me, I'm dead. You know what I mean? So like sometimes they just ruin the exploration itself because it's so fucking hard. You know?
hmm hmm
But again, I mean, I am having a very good time with that. And then, you know, I just had another boss fight the other day, and that one took me like 2 hours. But I had a great time doing that one, like trying to figure out how to do it, because I knew I was like at the proper level. It's like I always like it when I'm fighting a boss, and I get close enough to where I know I can beat him. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I keep trying. You know, that's fun. When it's a boss that I get in there and he kills me in like 2 hits, and I barely got any of his health down, and I'm like, oh, I can't beat this. That's not fun.
Definitely. So we talked a little right before we started about the gods. In that where the where you have to kill that bird thing,
Yeah.
that area that you're in, there is a god in there.
Oh, is there really?
That Lord of Blood. If you're looking at that bird area section, look up,
Okay.
just straight up. You see that mountain thing that's on fire
Yeah.
or whatever? It looks like Mount Olympus on fire.
Yeah.
That is where that's where the god is.
Oh, Daniel, I
If you
fought
look at the
this.
map, if you look at the map, that is a god there.
I don't think that was a god.
It is. It is
The
a
f-
god, and Gideon
I mean,
talks about
slight
him.
spoiler. The fire giant?
No,
No, who are you talking about? Because I went to the cup thing. The cup thing is part of the main story, and
I'm not even sure what you were talking about.
Huh. There's like a giant like.
No. I am talking in the bird area. You have to go to the underground, teleport
Oh,
to
okay,
this
you're talking
area.
about something else. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you've done the bird.
Oh, you're talking about the level up bird. My mistake. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Continue then. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about directly behind that. If you go up that way.
So if you look, if you just look like where the bird is, and when you're doing the stupid little knocking him off,
Yeah.
if you look up, like up just past
Oh,
him,
towards
there is
his
a
direction. Okay.
towards his direction. There is like a fiery Mount Olympus looking building.
Interesting.
There is a god there.
Oh
It's the
yeah.
Lord
Okay.
of
So I've
War.
noticed the building, but
Yes.
yeah.
If you look at the map, you'll see like a structure.
Have you gotten up there?
I've only been doing the bird.
Oh,
I
okay.
my goal. He is the
Yeah,
next
because
big.
I never saw a way to go over there. I guess I just gotta explore a little. I never really.
If you look
explored
at
that
them, did
area
you
too
get the
much.
map?
Yeah, I have the map for that
Okay,
area. Yeah.
you can find a way there.
Yeah,
I
there
think
must be a
it looks
path right over there.
like it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's probably the next like big god I'm gonna beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out as well. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
I'll probably be more properly leveled for that too. But yeah.
I
Currently,
assume.
in the main story part. I'm so stuck on one boss right now. Like and I'm level 134.
Is it a god?
No, it's like I'm assuming it feels like the mini boss before you fight the demigod, which they have in like all of them
Right.
have had like a mini boss. So this one feels like the mini boss before that one, and he is
Okay.
just kicking my ass over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you feel like
getting
you're doing
difficult.
enough damage? Because that would kind of be your level. Like, are you feeling like you're doing enough?
Kinda, you know. Yeah, I have to be because my sword's at plus 18, right? I have the katana at plus 18, and maybe I need a stronger weapon, but my strength's
What I would
at
recommend
70,
is
you know what I mean?
Jesus.
I know.
So you must. Do you just not have enough health?
I have
What's your health
40
at?
vigor.
Maybe you need more. Maybe you need to
Yeah,
go.
that's what I was. So I was listening
You
to
know-
spoiler casts from Sacred Symbols, and they were saying vigor gets so important towards later. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking maybe I need
maybe-
to level that up a little bit more. But even that, it's not like he's not taking like huge chunks out of me at the same. I don't know. I think it's just a hard boss. Like I think this one. I think I'm on the mini boss for the last boss, and then I think it's just gonna be hard, and then I think the last boss is probably just gonna be pretty difficult as well.
I would probably recommend going back to Renala using the larval tier.
That's what a lot of people suggest.
Respec.
Respec, yeah.
Maybe do 50 and then 50.
Yeah, that might work.
50
a little bit
strength,
more.
50
I'll probably
health.
do more than that, honestly. But
Because like, I'm not even using. See, I switched weapons. I was using a katana with bloody slash for a long time.
what are you using now?
So I changed it to like I still have that weapon. I think it's at a plus 14, plus 15. I'm using a legendary, the Bloody Fang or Bloodhound Fang. It's a legendary, so I can't like switch out the Ash of War. So I can't put Bloody Slash on it, but it does do blood damage, so I'm still getting like blood damage. It's a little slower. It's considered a curved greatsword. But it has its Ash of War is called Finesse. And it basically she'll do like a little like jump forward back flip slash, and it does a
Ooh.
lot of damage.
Okay.
And I'm still using a shield, so I'm not two-handing it. And I know Sloan keeps telling me just to two-hand it, you could still block with the big sword. I'm like, I feel more comfortable with the shield.
Yeah, that would scare me.
Yeah, I
didn't
feel
have
comfortable
that
with the shield. I know he's like, you like to dodge too much. Like, just keep dodging. Don't worry about the shield. And I'm like, I want the comfortability. I want to be able to dodge.
Sometimes I
and
like
shield.
timing it with the shield though to get that other R2 move. Like sometimes I'll
Guard
purposely
counter?
let them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll purposely guard on them and then just get that counter on it, just so I can get a little bit off. But
So
Yeah.
it looks like the legendary weapons they only go to plus 10, I think, is what it seems like. Because
okay.
you need the instead of the normal smithing stones to upgrade, you need the somber ones. And
All
it-
those.
and it
silver
only
ones. I have
takes-
so many of those.
It only takes one like to get a level. So like somber stone 1, somber stone 2, you only need one to get a plus whatever. I think
Okay.
they're a little harder to get.
Yeah.
And I got my bloody fang to like I think plus 9 right now. So yeah, I'm at I need a special one to get plus 10. And my thing is doing like 300 plus damage
Damn,
for like its attack.
that's pretty.
So
good.
maybe you need to switch to like a legendary weapon.
Yeah.
See if
I think
it's-
I'm
see
gonna
if
go
it's
try
out-
to find a different level or weapon.
See if its output is higher.
I want to
Yeah.
try to level up my mimic more too. I think he's at like plus 7 right now. So
And mine's at plus 6.
Okay.
I would like to try to get it to higher level as well.
Yeah,
but what
like
I
to
would
max that
recommend,
out.
it's up to you. This is a recommendation. Maybe try to summon someone and have someone be there with you.
Yeah, I don't. How do you do that exactly? Because I was trying to
Okay.
do that for the one demigod fight, but
So you go to your tab, go to the multiplayer section. Make sure you're
Mhm.
online. Are you online?
yeah.
Okay. So make sure you're
I
online,
tried doing it.
then
I just couldn't figure out how to get someone in my game.
I
It
got you.
kept sending me to theirs.
I would recommend direct connecting. I've been having that issue without direct connecting. Maybe it's just my
I
setup.
am directly connected, yeah.
Okay, good. So you go to your multiplayer tab. There's the first one. It's called like a furled finger, and your person will like point their finger up, and it'll be a light.
Hmm.
You have to do that, and then that kind of like puts out. Um,
And then you
that's
just wait, because I
then
probably
you
did
wait.
this and just started waiting, but like no one came.
Sometimes they're just not writing. Then you have to look on the ground, and you'll see that golden writing.
Hmm.
Then you click on that, and then you can summon someone.
Okay.
And you
That'll
can't be fighting too. If you're fighting, it will not allow you to summon someone.
Sure. Okay.
So
That'll
do it
probably
near a
really help
site
me
of
out with
grace
this
or
last
something.
one. Yeah.
I would recommend doing that, just to help you get some more. You can't do a summon as well though. That counts as like a summon.
Yeah, because there's a couple of these bosses, like, I'll do anything. I'm looking up cheeses. I'm looking up whatever. It's like, someone tell me how to beat this, because I'm just pounding my head against the wall. It's funny,
Yeah.
the one I mentioned, the fire giant, you're going to have to fight this guy, too. That was the one I was stuck on for, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours almost. And,
Okay.
yeah, I looked up a cheese online, and, like, it just wasn't even working for me. Like, there's this, like, I think they might have patched it out, this most latest patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was, like, a way to, like, make him run off a cliff, and then he would jump off the cliff, and then he would like lose half his health or something like that. And yeah, that wasn't working for me. I just had to beat him normally, and like I had a good time with that. That was probably the best time I had with the boss. Just I don't know, just because it took me so. It reminded me more of because Demon Souls, you really had no choice. You just kind of had to pound your head against the wall with fighting these bosses. And that was the first time in the game where it was really like, okay, I'm just gonna have to sit here for hours until I beat this boss, right?
Yeah. I would also one more recommendation. Or I want to ask, what are you using for your wondrous physic flask? What tiers are you using?
I
Are you even using your flask much?
Yeah, I still have half health and half stamina. So like it'll fill
Okay.
up my stamina bar even more and then my health even more.
So it just gives them a boost.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna recommend two for you. Maybe try to use the strength one. It ups your strength by like 10.
Yeah, that's what I see. I've been using the Endure one, the Endure Ashes of War still, and that ups your strength as well as soon as you do that. So I do that like before
Okay.
every big fight, and
Okay.
yeah, it helps. I mean, it certainly does more damage. It's becoming less and less significant as I'm
Okay. Then
continuing.
here's another one that you should use, and you might need to go fight someone first to do it. There's one that I found that has been crucial, and it's called. I can't remember the name.
God damn
Okay,
it,
it
Daniel.
basically negates, or not negates. It you significantly lower all attacks, all damage, and you basically become like tankier for
Oh,
that
okay.
short period of time. And it is so if you go to Kaled, there's the two Urt trees. There's the first one you kind of run into that wasn't too hard. There's the second one. He's a little harder, but if you go beat him, you get that tier,
Oh,
and it
okay.
will just help you with your defense. You will just take less hits.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. I would love
I
like an
would recommend that.
invincible one for like 10 seconds or whatever, you
There
know?
is the bubble one. Did you get the bubble one?
No. Maybe I
There.
did. I picked up a lot of Ashes War, to be
So
fair.
there's not Ashes of War, the tiers. These are
Oh,
tiers.
okay. And the
These are all
tier.
tiers for
Okay,
the
gotcha.
flask. Yeah, these are all tiers for the flask. They're all from those avatars that you have to kill.
Sure.
Yeah, there's one that's like you could basically take one big hit. Which I don't recommend as much as the whole like negation.
I guess one hit doesn't help you too much, you know?
Yeah.
Depends. Like, yeah. It would
Yeah,
depend on the fight.
go get that defensive boost one. It's in Kaled. You have to go kill the Urt tree in Kaled. And I would recommend popping that, and then that might help you to take less. So
Cool.
probably up your health and then use that one, I would say.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to do something at this point to get
If
past
it's
this
not
boss.
working, then yeah,
Because I'm
maybe change
properly
it up.
leveled, you know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
134. Most people are saying you can beat the game at 120, so it's like
Yes.
I should be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something there, change my stats or whatever.
Yeah, I'd recommend changing your stats because 70 strength feels like too much. I don't feel like you need that much strength
Are you having
unless there's
any
like a particular
problems
weapon.
with like? I'm like forgetting what's going on with a lot of these quests and stuff. Where they're like a lot of the NPCs were like, I'll talk to them like, oh, I talked to you 3 weeks ago about this thing. You know what I mean? It's like I just can't remember what the fuck we were even what we were doing and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, I wish. I don't know. They could have used like a log or something just to like tell me.
I think so.
I would have really liked like a
What was the last thing they said?
Yeah, exactly. Or like you can go back and read all the dialogue because it's not much dialogue that you're getting from these different NPCs. Like maybe it'll say the person's name and then all the conversations you had with them and then all their dialogue, and you can go back and read that and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it's all very vague to me, you know.
I mean, you can just look up a guide and see where you were, and
Yeah,
then keep going from there.
yeah. Again, I don't know. I have to discount the game on that, you know. Like if I have to go outside the game to play your game, it's you know I just don't like that.
No, sure. I mean, I agree with having more of a log of what they've said.
This game could have explained a lot more. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
still be, and also just knock the difficulty down just a tad. You know what I mean? Just a little bit easier. I'm not asking for much. You know, it doesn't. I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be this hard.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. So far, it's really only been like 2 bosses that have kind of like made me stop. You know, I mean, it was
Again, it's
Godric in the
really
beginning.
just the walking around and fighting NPCs that I'm just like, why are all of them so hard? You know what I mean? Like it is.
Yeah.
The NPC, the random ones, just like those giant bird things, those feel like a boss fight all of in their own. You know what I mean?
Why
Those
are you trying so hard? Do you want to be the Elden Lord? You could be the Elden Lord.
Yeah,
go fight
ahead.
Godric for
go
me.
ahead. I don't want to do it. I just
Yeah.
want to go hang out with fucking Alexander the Jar and fucking
Yeah,
Kaylee.
Alexander, Melina. We'll just hang out.
Felt like me and Alexander took this castle over. Can't me and him just live in peace at this castle now? You know.
Wyatt was there, right? Just like we're just
Or
chilling.
you know, it'd be cool. Why is everyone fighting? Like, hey, hey guys, how about we all chill out? You know, like, hey, let's all be
Calm
cool.
down.
Okay, I understand the giant dogs and birds are just always going to be assholes and they don't speak, but it's like, why am I fighting these random humans? You know, why are we
Yeah.
fighting? What's wrong? What's going on?
What's
here?
up? What's
Yeah,
up?
It's like, you not want me to be Elden Lord? Okay, fine, I won't be. You know,
That's the question. It's the question.
whatever. Like, I don't care. It's like, not everything has to kill you. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of friendlies around.
Sure, a bit. I mean, compared to the things that are trying to
Compared
kill
to
you,
the
no.
things, it's like 5%
Yeah,
friendly.
maybe
If
0.5.
Yeah, if that.
But yeah, just still having a good time with the game. It's a great game. It really is. Like I could totally understand why people think it's like best game ever, 10 out of 10, stuff like that. Especially if you're like one of those guys that were super into Souls games and that's all you play, whatever. Like it would have been cool if I was like super into it and I didn't use a guide at all or anything like that, and I just like literally just explored the world for like, but again, it would take me like 4 months at that point, you know what I mean, to get through the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like if you were one of those guys that just play Souls games and you don't care about other games coming out and stuff like that, that would be a very
There's a
fun
lot here
experience.
for you.
Yeah, there's so much here for you. You know, you'd be on this game for months and months and months, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta get through it. I gotta beat it.
Yeah.
This fucking
Well,
Kirby's out.
I mean, there's Kirby, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Still want to play Tunic, and then a Memoirs Blue,
Yeah. Yeah.
and in Sifu. So I got like 5 games I like to play.
Yeah, what's your plan there?
I'll probably do Kirby. I'll probably wait for Kirby just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
might do Tunic first and then Memoirs Blue.
I know. I mean, they're not like super similar, but like Kirby and Lego Star Wars are they're both like kid platformer type things. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of, and I'm like I'm on a big Star Wars kick right now. I'm watching Clone Wars and stuff like that. So I'm like I'm itching for. Lego
Are you
Star
watching
Wars.
The Bad Batch?
I'm gonna get there, Daniel. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
After this, I swear to God, I'll get there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm very into Star Wars.
I've been waiting to talk to you about The Bad Batch for like a year and a half.
I knew you'd bring that up. But yeah, it's so I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna try to beat Elden Ring hopefully this weekend. Maybe not. Who knows? There's gonna be another giant, half the fucking map unlocks right after this next part. Who the
You
fuck
know
knows
what?
with this game?
It is like an achievement halfway through the game.
Yeah, that's what pops. I would delete it. I would fucking
would
delete
die.
it.
I would die.
I would immediately go into the menu and delete. I'm done. It's like it's like now the real game begins. You know, it's like fuck you, fucking
done, done.
But yeah, I'm thinking I want to try to beat that this weekend, and then I really want to play Ali Ali World. That's just staring me in the face every day when I turn on my PlayStation. That's staring me in the face. So I'm thinking
it won't take you long.
No, yeah, I'm thinking
It's
I'll try to go through that. I want to try to get into Tunic as well, and then hopefully by that point Lego Star Wars is just out. Then I'll go to that, and then
yeah, it's only like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, April 4th. It's like not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So yeah, we're super close to that already. And then yeah, I'll get the Kirby eventually. Kirby getting pretty good reviews, and I do think that game looks awesome. So definitely.
Tiny Tina's gotten good reviews too.
What's that?
Tiny Tina's gotten good reviews too. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
excited.
yeah. When do you plan on playing that?
Me and Sloan are gonna play co-op, so
Cool.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we might try to maybe start it this week, but I mean, we're both playing Elden Ring. I mean, we're all kind
Oh
of in the
yeah.
same area for the most
Have
part.
you done co-op with Salon in Elden Ring?
We still haven't retried again.
No. Oh okay.
Yeah,
That'd be
we're
fun
kind of
though.
just playing together, just talking
Yeah.
back and forth. He still has not done the Volcano Manor God yet,
Oh okay.
because I guess there's a quest line he's following that I guess if you beat it, it kind of stops the kind of quest line.
Yeah.
So
No. Did you not do that?
no, I don't care.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was actually a very cool thing to me. That was the closest thing I felt like, that like actually having like a quest with because they actually put like, so it's like different targets you
Yeah,
have to go kill with them. And they actually put it on the map and stuff like that. That was the closest thing I felt to like, oh, here's an actual storyline with a quest and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
when she said you got to go kill other Tarnished, I'm like, I don't really know if I want to do that as my
Yeah, I don't.
Tarnished. So
It
I'm like,
wasn't
I'm
like,
just not.
it was like those red people that get summoned. I don't know what the fuck's up with them, but I didn't. It didn't come off to me as like NPCs you could like talk to, because that's what I was worried
Okay,
about too.
okay,
Yeah, it just looked like the guys randomly gets. You have to go and click summon them actually when you get to the spot. So yeah, I don't know.
gotcha.
I didn't know what was up with that, but yeah, that was actually a very cool part. I like talking to all the NPCs in that area and stuff like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, I didn't. He didn't do that. So he did get to the Forgotten Lands. I don't think he's gotten to the giant area yet, but
Oh, okay, cool,
he went down the lift. He
cool.
got through the capital. Yeah,
Nice to know we're all right around the same part.
for the most part. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely put more time in than I have. Sounds like both of you have, and I started before both of you.
Yeah, well, I just did that bird thing, so I cheesed over
Yeah,
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might do it a little. I might do that for all of tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm. You wouldn't even need to. It's surprising how fast that goes by. You know, I listened to like an hour long podcast, and I got so far with that because I just sat there for an hour and did that. So
Yeah, I might just try to get like really high level.
that bird just gets abused. You know,
Yeah,
you
who
just make him jump
cares
off a
though?
cliff.
He's gonna try to kill me. I don't care
Yeah,
about this
fuck
bird.
that bird. He's always too far. One day he's gonna learn how to fly, and he's just gonna fly over you.
You just like see him do this. He
Oh,
comes
I
up to you.
would shit my pants right then. You know, like oh god, he learned to fly. They patched that in.
Oh my god, no! Don't do that.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. All right, Daniel, you got a game for me?
I do. When Daddy's away, the boys will play.
Oh yeah, my favorite point of the week.
Yeah. So this will be an interesting one.
Okay.
I I went pretty big with this one. We're going to be ranking on a tier list again. S, A, B, C, and D for their tier list. Video game publishers.
Okay. I'm down with
Yeah,
this.
I went
Sure.
pretty big, and the one I found has a lot of them.
A lot of
So we'll go.
publishers. Okay.
They actually did them in alphabetical, including numbers. So we can do it that way, or I can just pick and choose. You tell me.
No, do it however you're seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do it. We can do it alphabetically.
Okay.
So first up, alphabetically, we got Take Two,
Take Two.
or they call it 2K, but I guess 2K is the publisher. Take
Why
Two's
does
parent
that go
company.
first?
So
Wouldn't it have
2K
been
because
Activision?
of 2K.
Oh, because it's a
No.
number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a number.
Okay. Sure. Man, this is gonna be difficult.
I know. So I think that this is a very interesting publisher. They publish some of the best video games of all time.
Certainly with
But they
GTA.
also publish like NBA.
Yeah. Which I mean, aren't the
Fine.
worst, right? I mean,
I mean,
as far as
they
sports
have
games
a lot
go,
of
like they get pretty highly
microtransactions.
rated. I know that. Yeah, that's a good point too. What else do they do besides Rockstar and the basketball games then?
I mean, they Borderlands.
Borderlands. Yeah.
Because Gearbox is still going to be working with them with Borderlands.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'd have to look up more of them. BioShock.
Yeah, BioShock, good point. Mafia games.
The Mafia games, yeah.
They're doing the Quarry now.
And Ken Levine's game is
yeah,
going to
whatever
be under
that's
this
gonna be.
as well.
Well, I guess we can't count what's coming out in the future, so kind of just have to judge them off their past.
I think just off of GTA and BioShock, it makes them pretty high.
Yeah, I would. But then the 2K, you're right, that does downgrade them a little bit. I'd probably go A on them.
I think so too. I think
they also, I mean, we're gonna have to count like the culture of the publisher as well and stuff like that into stuff like these. I guess you don't necessarily have to, but it's like it's not like they're making the games, right? They're just publishing them. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean, the quality of the game is the quality of the game.
sure.
I would say. This next one's gonna be interesting. They're not as well known. 505 games.
Mm. They kind of just publish like the most random shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like every time I see their logo, I'm like, oh, that's random. They did this,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
I think they were the ones that I think did the PC port for Death Stranding,
Yeah, they did that.
which was very odd.
They do random stuff like that, you know, all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I don't. I'd probably go C with these guys. Not the
Didn't they
lowest.
publish
But...
Control?
Did they? Was that them?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Control's very good as well. Yeah, I don't. We gotta count like marketing too. You know what I mean for publishers because that's on
They're not
them.
high level marketing.
Yeah, it's like I don't see a lot of 505 commercials and stuff like that. I don't remember Control getting, sales
That was
figures.
its big problem. Was its marketing?
Yeah, sales figures could go into this as well because that's kind of on
Control did
them,
not sell well.
on the
Yeah.
publishers. Especially when like you make a game like Control, that's fucking fantastic, and it doesn't sell that well.
It took forever for it to start selling well, right?
Yeah,
It took a long time.
and I don't think Death Stranding did particularly well on PC either. I don't remember that placing or anything. It wasn't like
Yeah.
God of War recently where like that placed in the top 5 or whatever for the MPD that month. So
C?
yeah, I'll go C, sure.
I wonder if any of these will beat D. I'll be curious. We got a lot of Activision. They split Activision and Blizzard.
Okay, split Activision and Blizzard.
So the Activision side. So we got what? You got like Tony Hawk. You got a lot of the licensed games.
Yeah.
You got technically now you have to consider Spyro and Crash.
Yeah.
You consider Call of Duty.
COD's a big one, right? I mean, shit, man. They've made the highest selling game of that year for how many years in a row? You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to give them a lot of credit for their marketing and stuff like that, and even the Crash revival and Tony Hawk and stuff. Those sold pretty well. And Spyro, yeah. I mean, I remember the marketing for those, seeing commercials and stuff like that. So it's not like they didn't put time and effort in. Do we want to count the cultural problems though at Activision against them?
I mean, you tell me.
I kind of feel like you have to in this case because it's not like they're creating anything, so I can't judge them off like how good Call of Duty was, because that wasn't them. That doesn't really have anything to do with them.
I mean, that's up to you. That was not my intent. Was just to kind of rank them or just.
I feel like it's a talking point though with this.
You can.
Just because like you can't base it just off the products because they're not the ones making the products.
Yeah, but they own them. That do.
Sure. That's why I mean, I'm counting it in there, but not like.
Yeah.
Not like 100% to be fair, of a factor.
Blizzard's much worse. Blizzard was much worse.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. They did split it as well, right? So.
They split it on here.
I would go A. They're only not getting S because of the cultural problems, I would say.
Well, I see for me was going to get A no matter.
Yeah.
I would put them above 2K.
Okay, yeah, I'm done with that.
I was going to say regardless of the issues was an A.
Really? I would have said S regardless because, I mean, it's Call of Duty. I mean, look at their marketing for that, right? Like how many Call of Duty commercials.
I mean, it's also how much do we like them, not necessarily numbers.
Sure. Right? Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would still go A then for how much I love Crash, Spyro, and Tony Hawk, yeah, so.
Yeah, me too. Here's an interesting one. Bandai Namco.
Ooh.
Bandai's got a lot of stuff. Tekken. They've done a lot of From stuff.
Did Elden Ring, the Dark Pictures games.
Tales games,
yeah. I would say they're not the best at marketing, though, although they have obviously turned it the fuck up with Elden Ring here. But
they do a lot of anime games, a lot of Dragon Ball games.
I feel like the Dark Picture, those are just the ones that come to my head.
the Dark Pictures games.
Yeah, those ones... They don't get a lot of love on the marketing side.
We like them.
No, I love the games, but I mean, especially the last. I guess the last one's the only one I would really consider one that I loved. But like,
sure.
Just on the marketing side, I don't see those games pumped up enough. I guess maybe around Halloween time they kind of do different things, and they do their bundles and stuff like that. What else do they make?
I like
so Tekken.
Tekken's massive.
They do the Dragon Ball Z games as well, right? Yep. Yeah.
Okay. They do a lot of anime stuff. They are huge in the anime.
I would go low A or high B.
Are they better or worse than Take-Two?
Worse.
Or 2K?
I would say worse.
They're worse than 2K. Interesting. Okay.
You not agree?
Yeah, I think I do actually.
Just when I look at their products as well, I mean, like Elden Ring's really the only like real 10 out of 10 type of thing
Tekken?
masterpiece here. When was the last like really high quality Tekken game though?
You know what I'm forgetting? Their arcade stuff.
That's a good
Pac-Man.
point. Yeah, stuff like Pac-Man. Wow, classic.
And Bandai's been around for a long time. Or I guess technically Namco or the
Yeah, I would go high B, low
um
C, or low A. One of those.
we'll do B.
Okay,
We'll do high B for now. Here's one. This is going to encapsulate a lot of things. Just remember that.
sure.
Bethesda.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
So
things.
it's gonna be id. It's gonna be Machine Games, BGS themselves,
Everything besides Bethesda Game Studios has had terrible marketing and has sold pretty badly under Bethesda.
Arcane,
Huh.
Arcane as well.
Yeah. I mean, all of them besides Bethesda Game Studios have been struggling, right? Like, pretty much.
Under we'll see what the under Xbox. I
Not
think
the
it's gonna
products
change.
themselves. The products themselves have been
Yeah,
fantastic. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, of
like,
course.
yeah, on their Xbox, obviously, we're going to get a huge change there. But, I mean,
Yeah,
we can't even judge off that yet. That
mhm.
hasn't even, none of those games have even happened yet. So,
It's gonna be with Starfield
yeah.
and
I
Redfall.
mean, that'll
For sure.
really, yeah, it's going to be completely different. I mean, I wouldn't even consider, like, Bethesda its own thing once Starfield comes out. You know what I mean? It's really Xbox. But I mean,
Yeah.
besides that, it's like I kind of have to put them in C because
C.
while Skyrim got so much marketing and stuff like that, and they did such a good job publishing all that, it's just
I think you're
the
putting a
other
lot
game.
into just the marketing,
But
like
I have to. It's like I can't judge it based off the product. You know?
solely the product.
Yeah,
Sure, they are great at marketing. I agree.
they aren't though. It's they've been terrible. You know, the Wolfenstein and Dishonored and stuff like
They're
that. Go
better
look at
than
all those.
505.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like I don't know. I feel like these are bigger scale
They're saying
games most of the
they're
time.
worse than Bandai. Is what you're saying.
Yes, worse than Bandai. I'm fine with low B. You know, I couldn't give them an A.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go C, but I'll agree. Low B,
Okay.
low B. And speaking of Blizzard Entertainment.
Mm.
Blizzard is very good at marketing.
I'll let you take most of this one. I don't fuck with their
I mean, I don't
games too
play a ton
much.
of because PC, but
Yeah, I know. I
um,
mean, they sell super well, right? So
yeah,
obviously, like the year Overwatch came out, you saw that everywhere. So they're obviously
I
marketing
love.
it well.
Yeah, they're very good at marketing. They do a lot of great trailers.
Yeah.
The
Even like
where
that
we're
Diablo remastered we just got, stuff like that. I remember seeing a bunch of advertisements for that and stuff.
yeah.
So yeah.
So they're pretty good at marketing. But then the dev side is top. I know they've had a few rocky releases, but their their
Yeah,
outputs.
I mean the games they actually put out. I mean people love them, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of 10 out of 10 games that people love in those, right? You go to World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, whatever, all of them.
Hmm. I mean, where do you think it should go?
Probably A.
Where it
Probably low A, I guess.
behind 2K?
Mm, I would say one above 2K probably.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Because have they had the microtransaction problems? Like, was there a bunch of that in Overwatch?
Not necessarily. I mean, they had the loot boxes, but
Mm.
I think Hearthstone had more of an issue
Oh yeah, I
buying
forgot about
packs and stuff.
Hearthstone.
But
Yeah.
like even then, I don't know if it was like as egregious as like some other things. The next one, oh baby, Capcom.
Mm. Capcom's great. They're actually very
Capcom's
good. Yeah.
every aspect. I think
They're
they
very
they
good at
had a
marketing as well too.
they had a low era, kind
Oh,
of
the N360 era.
mid
Yeah.
to end 360 era.
Yeah.
It was
Beginning
very
of
dark.
PS4, Xbox
Like
One
right
era
after
as
Street
well.
Fighter 4 was kind of
Yeah, there's
they
that.
they
But
had
I
a
mean, huge
high.
resurgence with Monster Hunter and Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 7, all that, and we'll see how Street Fighter does now going forward. But big resurgence from Capcom. They do make some very odd decisions though. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Especially when you see like stuff like that multiplayer Resident Evil and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing? You don't need all that. But they're very good at marketing as well. The Resident Evil games sell like crazy. Monster Hunter World sold like crazy. So did Rise on Switch. So I'd probably
Resident Evil 8 sold really well.
Resident Evil 8. So I would say S.
I wasn't even gonna go that high, but I cannot argue with
I
that.
would
Let's
go
go.
S. Yeah.
Capcom S, baby. Capcom S, baby. The next one, CD Projekt Red.
Mm.
Um,
um.
and I think the good heavily outweighs the bad for me. They're very consumer
See, the
friendly.
marketing side though fucked up very hard on Cyberpunk.
I
If
don't know. I think I honestly blame people more than I blame them.
Yeah, but it
Um,
was advertised to be able to run well on PS4 and Xbox One on last gen.
yeah, they should have canceled those.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you kind of have to count in lying to the consumer about that. Even the what they were saying and how the game was going to run well and stuff like that on last gen consoles. Even was I don't know. That's a huge knock against them for me.
yeah.
Even
Like I said, I
them,
think
I have to
I,
consider like the publishing side was probably the one pushing for that game to come out when it did. I'm sure the developers knew, hey, this game needs a few more months, and
yeah,
they probably wanted it to be delayed. But then the publisher was obviously the one, or at least that side of CD Projekt Red were the ones that decided to put the game out when they did, and look how
yeah.
much that affected the game.
They do a lot of free updates, a lot of free DLC.
No, they did a
They also,
lot of good with Witcher 3, like there was a
yeah,
lot of free DLC
they've
right
been
then.
constantly updating Cyberpunk as well.
Yeah, and
They're probably going to be some free DLC for it too. They just
yeah,
haven't
I'd
had it
imagine
yet.
there would be. And they did. I remember when Witcher was first coming out, they're like, "Hey, here's a bunch of free DLC coming out every week for the next like 6 weeks or
Yeah,
whatever." Stuff like that was really cool.
two
Um,
huge expansions.
yeah, they obviously marketed the shit out of that game. Although I believe WB published Witcher 3.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think you can only count Cyberpunk and Gwent here. Honestly,
I'm going to put it all because you
sure. If
take
you
the
want to
dev side
continue
as
their
well.
products, yeah.
Yeah, take the dev side because
I mean, if
it's
you
an
want to consider the
encompassing.
dev side,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go B because they fumbled Cyberpunk so much.
Hmm. Sure. Where it be?
What do we have in B?
Bandai, Namco, and Bethesda.
Um, is Bethesda last on that?
They're above Bethesda
Yeah,
for me.
I'll go below Namkai, above Bethesda.
Below Bandai. Okay, sure. Sure. Then we have, oh, this is an interesting one. We both don't have really a ton of experience. We have Codemasters.
That's the Dirt guys,
They
right?
do they do Dirt, they do the F1 series. I mean, they're putting out a lot of racing games. They're now owned by EA.
Yeah, that's a good point. They are owned by EA now.
Remember there was that battle that 2K was going to buy them,
Yeah.
and then EA kind of came in, gave them like more money.
I
Don't
mean,
have a lot of experience.
no, I don't have any experience with these games, and I don't
I
remember
know
the
they're
Dirt games getting marketed too well.
I think the marketing's fine.
Yeah,
I know that there's a high quality of those games too, and they put out F1 games every year. I know people really like those games. I think they're a solid B.
solid B. Okay, I'm cool
Yeah,
with that.
I think they're super solid. I'd probably put them below Bethesda, but
Sure, yeah, that's fine with me.
I think a solid B. Here's an interesting one: Deep Silver.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a lot of random shit from D Silver.
yeah. Now they're owned by.
They're much like 505.
Yeah, they actually don't have Embracer in here.
Oh, okay. They are owned by Embracer now. Yeah.
Yeah, Embracer just owns a lot of stuff.
What has Deep Silver published recently?
I mean, they do Saints Row. They've
Oh,
done
okay.
the Dead Island games. The
Did they
Dead
do
Island
Dying Light?
stuff, really. Uh, yeah, I think they did.
Okay.
I think they did Techland. I think were they doing the what is it called? The Darksiders. Wasn't that Deep Silver as well?
Oh, was it? Okay. I don't know.
I think Darksiders is Deep Silver,
Maybe. I'm not too familiar with the
or maybe that was THQ.
Deep Silver, another one where I just see randomly. So I would go C or B.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go above 505.
Okay.
Here's a very interesting one here. Devolver Digital.
Ooh, Devolver Digital's great.
This is one I like a lot, but their output is hit or miss. They don't always make the highest quality games.
Yeah.
Their marketing is very good, but they don't always make high quality
Did
games.
we skip over Annapurna?
Yeah, it's not on here.
Oh, interesting. That would be an S tier one, honestly.
Annapurna's S for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, this is just one I found.
Devolver Digital does just seem to pick up random indie games, and like
yeah,
they're either hit or miss. You know, they're either great or not.
Death's Door, or we'll get Shadow Warrior 3,
Right.
which is a fine 7
Random
out of
shit
10
like
game.
that, yeah.
But like,
it's just a lot of random. It seems like they just pick up whatever they can get. You know.
Yeah, they're doing Weird West coming out soon.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, are they doing that?
week.
Okay, cool.
But
yeah, solid B or C in this one, I would say.
I think they're a solid B. I'd probably put them above Bethesda, below CD Projekt.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think that feels right. Actually, I made a big mistake because I didn't see it here. This might just shake the foundation of
hold on to your seats, everybody.
the tier maker. I'll jump to it. Okay. They have Rockstar separate in 2K. Do we want to just count them in there?
Yeah, I mean, because we talked about them so much that we kind of have to at this point. Yeah.
I didn't want to do it, but okay, cool. Now here's a very interesting one. EA. EA is one of the very few publishers / developers that is making some high quality games and then making some very low microtransaction dumb decision games.
Horrible marketing decisions with these guys, yeah.
It's either they're doing very well or not very good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know their games sell like crazy, but they make horrible decisions surrounding their
What are they
games.
doing with DICE? What are they doing with all their sports line?
I think this is a straight D, honestly. Like they do. On the publishing side, EA does horrible, you know?
Yeah,
like,
but then they still have Respawn, and then they still do really good with their
even
indie.
that. Even look at Jedi Fallen Order. That game could have used another 3 months or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
everyone knows that. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of stuff going on there. And who decided to put it out before the holiday season? EA, the publisher. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So even their own great products, they are the ones holding them back from being even better.
They help a lot of small games. Like they published the Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, Hazelight. I mean, they do a great job with those. Even the Unravel games and stuff like that.
I was gonna say Unravel.
People like those, you know. So yeah, they do help on that side. So I could be convinced to go to a C, but no higher.
It's interesting because Codemasters is now under them.
Yeah,
Codemasters better than them.
Though. I can't count. Just like we couldn't count Rockstar on its own because we already talked about that. We already talked about Codemasters as well.
So they're just already on the list.
Yeah.
So is Codemasters better than EA? Because if they are, then I would probably put EA behind Bethesda at B.
You just have to look at the stuff they do with the microtransactions and all that. And like I just said with Jedi Fallen Order, it's like
it's a D then.
Yeah, they make horrible decisions surrounding their games.
They make things I like though.
Their main focus is money.
BioWare.
You know? And I mean, obviously that's all these companies' main focus is making money. But like EA is just very.
When they own BioWare, they own Dead Space. BioWare
has been shit for the last like 10 years. So
yeah, it's been about 10 years. Oh God. Next one, Epic Games.
Ooh, doing very well recently on the publishing side.
Yeah. I still find it hard to put them like above even Devolver for me.
Did they have a lot of problems with loot boxes in Fortnite?
I mean, I'm not impressed with anything Fortnite does, and I know I'm the minority on that. But
you certainly have to give it credit though for the marketing side of Fortnite.
Yeah. I can't.
I mean, look at what they do. They put on fucking concerts in their own game. You know.
Sure. I still would put it behind Devolver. I think Devolver is a more fun publisher.
Yeah. One other thing holding it back would just be none of these other things that they're going to be publishing have come out yet. You know, nothing has come out of Remedy yet. Nothing has come out of Playdead yet. Nothing's come out of CD Projekt Red under them, which we just talked about.
They're just throwing money around.
Yeah, so we don't know how all those are going to shake out.
breaking contracts with Apple. Just a
Yeah.
bunch of
Oh yeah,
ridiculous
that
things
too.
Epic likes to do. So
I'll go B here.
where it be?
Probably lower. But
So we
Bethesda.
got above Bethesda,
Yeah.
so below Devolver.
Yeah. That's
So
fine.
right, okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, here's an interesting one that also kind of does a lot of things. We got Focus Home Interactive.
Mm. What have they done recently?
One of the big ones they did was they do a lot of like RPGs, like that Greedfall game and that whole studio stuff. They did the Plague Tale game, that first one.
Oh, okay, that's what they did.
I think they're doing the second one too. That's the
Interesting.
big game that they've done. They've done
Okay.
some other smaller projects, but
Mm. Like they'll got a good amount of marketing for how small it is.
yeah, I'd probably put it for me. I'd probably put it at C below Deep Silver,
Yeah, I'm cool
kind
with
of
that.
above 505. Uh, there we go. We got Konami. Oh no, wait, I missed one. I'm sorry. Koei Tecmo,
Mm. What have they
which
done recently?
they secretly do stuff. I mean, they just did. Didn't they do? Oh, I think they just did something, didn't they? I can't think of what they just did. They do Ninja Gaiden. Don't they own Team Ninja, like the Niho
Oh,
developer?
do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, I have
So
no idea.
I
I'm
wonder if they
super
have anything to
unfamiliar with
do
these
with
guys.
Strangers of Paradise.
That's on their
Um,
Square though, you know.
yeah, but I think it's in partnership with Koei Tecmo.
Is it? Okay.
Because I think they own
Um,
Team Ninja. Because they own Ninja Gaiden.
yeah, I'm not even entirely sure with these guys if I'm being honest. So I don't know. I'll go
I'd put
C,
them
I
at
guess.
high C, just
Yeah,
above Deep Silver.
sure.
That's what I'm thinking. And then the one I was gonna say, Konami.
This gotta be a D, right? I mean, come on.
It's just such a hit or miss. They've made some of my favorite
I
games
guess
of
their
all time.
collections recently have been great, but like you gotta count against them the whole Kojima thing, right? Like
Of
you know
course, I
how
mean
bad that whole
that's
situation was.
definitely knocking them.
Yeah,
But then they've made some of my favorite games of all time.
sure. I mean, a lot of great Metal Gear games in there, so
Metal Gear,
certainly.
Castlevania.
I mean, they made that, yeah, Silent Hill stuff like that. They've made those like household
Yeah,
names, So
yeah. So I
yeah, I
think that
don't,
also bumped
especially.
it.
I mean, that's a very long-lasting company as well,
Yes,
Konami. So like they've been
yes,
on. You got to count the whole history there. Which
yeah.
I
For
mean, they
me,
were on top of the fucking game for a while. So
yeah. For me, I would put them high B. I'd put them right above Bandai.
yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Don't get an A
It,
because of the Kojima thing,
yes,
and
and
just how
they
they've
just
been
their
recently.
output is just nothing.
It's
You
dead,
know,
right? Yeah.
yeah. I think they're kind of lucky to get the high
Metal
B for
Gear
me.
Survive.
Yeah. We have Nintendo.
I mean, it's an S. Come on.
Come on, come
Like
on.
that's
It's a D,
easy.
right? It's a
That's a
D.
yeah, it's a D. Fucking
D.
F. They get the first F. No, I mean
My
that's
question would be: does their stupid Nintendo's decisions knock them below Capcom, or is it their quality too high?
they do make a lot of stupid shit with especially the online system now and stuff like that. And the Mario Kart DLC lately, I'm not a fan of that at all. Um, but I mean, you have to look at their marketing side too, and then
They literally have made
just
the
the
greatest video
games they
games
put
ever.
out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's above Capcom. It
Of
has
course,
to be. Look how much the
of
Switch has
course.
sold. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah. This one, maybe you can tell me. I don't know a ton about Paradox Interactive. The name sounds familiar.
nothing. You got me. I have no idea what that even is.
I'm gonna put them below 505.
Okay.
Uh, massive one. You got Sega.
Sega.
Sega. Sega is a very interesting company with a long history.
Yeah, I mean, used to make their own consoles even. So
Used to make their own consoles, yeah.
yeah,
For
which I guess
me,
that might be a knock against them because they had to get out of the console game because they were
no,
doing so
because
badly,
Nintendo
right?
needs to get out of the console game too. So, yeah, I said it. I said it.
I would love that, honestly.
I'm telling you, they need to get out of the console game. I'm not trying to be controversial, but their consoles aren't good.
Yeah, they're gonna have the highest selling console in the past like 10 years or fucking 20 years, but they gotta get out.
Yeah, they do. They do. So I'm gonna throw it out there for Sega. High A, top A, above Activision.
They do a good job of marketing, especially their Sonic games. They do a very good job with.
Yakuza.
Yakuza games do a very good job with marketing as well. But then that's kind of it. I guess Atlas side with Persona, but
The Atlas side.
Persona's never really sold that well. But
No.
they have been able to make that a really big name over the years. So.
Critical Darling.
Yeah, I'm with you. High A. That's fine.
Or if you want to put it in between Activision and Blizzard, I'd be okay with that too.
What's the top A right now?
Top of A is Activision, then Blizzard, then 2K.
I would go above Activision, honestly.
Okay, that's what I was saying, but I didn't think you'd agree.
No, I'm done.
We only got a few more here. Only a few more here. We got Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Yeah.
Sony could be Sony for the most part very good at marketing. They can also be a little weird at times.
Yeah, I mean,
like remember that the flute guy at Ghost of Tsushima flute guy at their E3
I don't remember
press
this.
conference. You don't remember the guy playing the flute?
No, this sounds great though.
It's not. It wasn't that great.
Oh, was it? Okay, the flute guy, whatever.
It's like they'll do the flute guy for Ghost of Tsushima, but then like they'll do the orchestra for God of War reveal. It's like, all right, Sony, why is the you just so?
I love that orchestra though. You remember that?
Yeah. Boom, so one of the greatest reveals.
Boom! I love that. That was fucking dope. They kind of dropped the ball a little with stuff like the Destruction All Stars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then their single player games, they do a very good job marketing, and they obviously sell super well. And then the products themselves are obviously fantastic. You know, you look at the marketing around Last of Us Part 2, that was great. God of War, great. Horizon has been great as well. You know, I'm seeing Horizon shit everywhere. So they certainly go all in on the marketing side, especially for their own studios.
And they put out some of the greatest games ever, right?
I mean, definitely, right? I would go S tier for sure, but
yeah, probably, S tier for sure.
Yeah, I would probably do. I would go above Capcom? Yeah, I would go above Capcom. You kind of have to with their output and how great they are, how good the games are, and stuff like that. They just kind of fuck up with, the charging $10 extra for
ridiculous
stuff like
there's a lot of little things with them.
Yeah, I mean, especially recently, right? Obviously, PlayStation, another one like Konami, a very long running studio. I mean, like Nintendo as well. So you kind of have to count in the whole history there. And obviously, these problems haven't existed the whole existence of PlayStation. You know, it's just been recently. But you do kind of have to count that against them with how greedy they seem to have been lately.
Yeah, I right behind Nintendo for sure. Got Square Enix, which is very interesting. I think they're very good at marketing. They make very good games.
They're good at marketing towards their own crowd, right? Towards the people that love their shit.
That's all that they care about,
right? Yeah, and they're good at that. I mean, they have made some horrible Kingdom Hearts trailers. I will say that, but
sure.
Yeah,
they have an MMO that's very good. Final Fantasy is always good,
and that's a live service thing where fans seem to be very happy with the product and
that's the only live service they've done well,
right? And they certainly tried to do that. Yeah, but then there's stuff like that Greedfall game or whatever the fuck it's called that just came out. Babylon's Fall.
Not Greedfall.
What is Greedfall? Yeah,
Babylon's
is that a thing?
Greedfall was the one that I was talking about with Focus, or not Focus. Who was it? Not Focus. Was it? It might have been Focus. I'm not sure. It's one of those smaller publishers. I think it's Focus. It's like the BioWare RPG. It was like that pirate BioWare RPG looking game.
Okay.
It was on Game Pass.
Yeah, I do remember this. But whatever. That's not even. What were we talking about? What studio was this?
Square.
Okay.
Enix.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, Square.
They have Guardians.
But then you got like stuff like Marvel's Avengers that just dropped the ball super hard on every front of that game. You know.
Final Fantasy VII remake for as tumultuous of a development cycle that had for it to come out as good as it did.
Very well. Yeah. I would go high A.
I would put it.
What's number one in A?
Sega. I think I'd put them above Sega, even with some of their weird decisions. This is another one that has weird decisions, but they do make amazing video games. We only have a few more here. THQ Nordic. Really the kings of the middle tier, right?
Yeah, the AA kings right now. The fucking mafia that owns this company. do I want to give them A tier? I remember my favorite Twitter thing I've ever done was with Josh Bakuga was like, someone needs to make a game about something stupid, and then I commented, And I added THQ Nordic, and I was like, just let THQ Nordic do it. These fuckheads will buy anything. And then they commented back like, you realize you just insulted our entire company, but yes, we will. That's what they commented back.
That's amazing. Yeah, that social media manager knew exactly.
Yeah, that guy knew what was up.
I'm gonna make an argument for at B behind Konami and Bandai, right up in front of CD Projekt Red, or I can make an argument behind CD Projekt Red, somewhere in there.
I would go behind CD Projekt Red.
Okay, I think that's fair. Then we have 4 more big ones. Ubisoft, Ubiquitous Software. They are a very interesting company that makes some very stupid decisions.
Definitely, they definitely make some bad choices. Even like the directions a lot of their games go, I don't like, and I don't know if that's their decision or the development decision. I mean, but we kind of gotta count both. So it's, you know, even like I don't like the new direction Assassin's Creed went, or you know, stuff like that. I don't know, pretty much all of last gen for me, I really ended up disconnecting with Ubisoft like a fuck ton, you know, where like I used to play every Ubisoft thing on 360 era and stuff like that, you know.
Vegas, they have Rainbow Six.
Yeah, like I used to play all of that, and then last gen it really just ended up.
I mean, I like Siege. That's probably my favorite Ubisoft thing.
The only Ubisoft thing I was playing last gen was the Far Cry games, you know, and like.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I honestly completely blocked that Far.
Yeah, I mean they also have the Mario plus Rabbids recently, stuff like that. Ubisoft another one with a lot of history as well. You know, Splinter Cell, you can go way back. So
I put them high, top of B.
Yeah,
above Konami.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Now this one's very interesting. We got Valve. I love Valve so much.
Me too. I love
everything. Their output isn't numerous.
No,
but when
not
Valve
games now,
put something out,
have to count them also just creating Steam. You know, like that was
when Valve puts a game out, everyone stops and looks.
Definitely, and then Steam has obviously just become the main PC way to play. You know, like that's what if you play games on PC, you play games on Steam. That's what you mean. You know, that's just what it is now. You know,
sure.
And it wasn't always like that. So yeah, I mean, I'll go S tier in Valve.
I'm gonna go above Capcom.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Behind PlayStation. 2 more. WB Games.
Having a lot of trouble recently.
Yeah, they're just out. They're not putting games out right now.
Yeah, picking up definitely. Yeah, but then they even almost sold, right? They almost sold to Microsoft.
They could still sell.
Yeah, it could be any day we wake up now. This company
EA bought them has
been bought. Yeah. So I don't know. Certainly good marketing, especially around the Batman games and stuff like that. The Lego games, obviously, they used to just shit those out every weekend. So
every
year, whatever. But yeah, I would go lower A on that one.
See, I'm feeling A. I was feeling in between Activision and Blizzard.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Kind of like in that mid range. And now we got the very last one, Xbox Game Studios.
An interesting one. Have obviously done quite a bit in the Xbox front. Made Halo, right? One of the best first-person shooters ever.
Gears, I mean, they publish a lot of indie stuff with their whole indie ID at Xbox thing.
I would certainly think their best era is right now when Phil Spencer took over, and then till whenever he's done, right? I will consider that like a whole era. So
I could argue the 360. I mean, they were publishing.
Yeah, great point. Early 360 days were fucking top notch, right? You know, and they, 07 through like 2012, whatever, right around there was fucking fantastic for.
There's only maybe a 5-year period where it was a little dark. I think people make it out to be this long era of dark. I think it was really only like 5 years or so, maybe 2015,
pretty long considering though.
Or no. I'm not. I shouldn't make it seem like that wasn't a long time, but like I think people make it seem like it was like 10 years.
I mean, I will say like the Xbox One generation, pretty much that whole gen, except like the very beginning, did like absolutely nothing for me. Like I didn't really have a whole lot of reasons to turn on my Xbox after a while on Xbox One. It was pretty much just the Gears games, Gears 4 and 5. For a while, that was all that was holding me to the console at all. And until recently, when they started buying developers and stuff like that, I feel like right now I'm super excited to own an Xbox and be an Xbox fan and stuff like that because we have so much cool stuff coming out. but
Yeah.
there was a very long drought there for a while. But then also you have to count OG Xbox and stuff. OG Xbox, to be fair, didn't have that many games besides Halo and stuff like that, but they did do a hell of a job on that marketing side to make Halo what it was.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'll go S tier for sure. Where on S?
I think. Hmm. I guess they're not going to be above Nintendo.
No, I don't think so. I think
So
Nintendo's
the
number
question
one.
is, are they above or below? I think they're above Valve because of they output more and they deal more with indies, which I think the indie side really helps them a lot.
Sure, and I think Xbox is a bigger name than Steam, right? And that's kind of that'll kind of be where you know,
Um,
I compare those
are
two.
they above or below PlayStation?
Oh man,
Is the question.
that's always the question, isn't it?
Isn't that always the question?
I would go below. I would say I just think PlayStation's made more iconic franchises, and then obviously has sold more on the console and on every generation at this point. So
I mean, I would push back against iconic. I mean, I guess maybe plural of
no, they certainly
franchises.
have more
Hold on,
iconic. Sure,
hold on.
go ahead.
Plural of franchises, but I don't think there's one single PlayStation character more iconic than Xbox has for Master Chief.
Characters, sure,
Yeah.
but
So I think in
IP,
terms of iconic franchises, I think Halo is bigger than anything PlayStation has done. That'd be my only argument is I think Halo is
no,
bigger than
no,
anything
I think you're
PlayStation
right.
has done.
Yeah, but that's just one, right?
Yes, but you're talking about franchises for
Whereas
sure,
I
for
could
sure.
name many that could compare to Halo's size and
Sure.
overall, I could name
That's
many
why
on the
that,
PlayStation side that do
that's why
that.
there was only a little
Yeah,
asterisk there
where
that I want.
really all Xbox has on that level is Halo and Gears, right? At least currently, Fable might get there when the
Forza.
new one comes back. Forza, sure, stuff like that. But then PlayStation side, you got Uncharted, Last of Us, God of War, Horizon, etc. You could go on.
Sure,
So
I can put them behind.
yeah,
I just wanted
I
to
would go
talk
one
about
behind.
Halo being the thing I think is bigger than anything PlayStation has done. But
Yeah,
that's it.
one IP. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
That
that's
that was
gonna
all
do
of
it.
them.
You want to read
Yeah.
off the whole thing?
I mean, do you want me to?
Nah,
Do you
yeah,
want me
that'll
to?
actually probably take a while. What's the
Yeah.
S tier?
Okay, S tier for sure. Well, number one, D tier, EA. That's all I want to
Okay, yeah, we can
say.
put that out there.
S tier, Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, Valve, Capcom.
I like it. I like it. That sounds right. That sounds about right to
Yeah,
me. And that's gonna
yeah,
do
it
it
does.
for episode 111 of the Nerdic Gods podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over on youtube.com/nerdicgods. Also catch us on audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Be good to each other.
I like that as well. All
Bye
right.
bye, Brandon Jones.
Bye bye, everybody.